the place I go on a Saturday night, and the bourbon's poured over the firelight. Good company and conversation, final third's my destination. Cigars and bourbon, I think I'm died and gone to heaven. Good friends and company, well, this is where I wanna be. Thank you all for tuning in to the Final Third podcast. Let me introduce you to Scotty D. You just don't know how much I drink. Really be ours got cocky Wolverine. Mikey B, a favorite production machine. Knowledge of cars and machines, and the pretentious tobacco. Robbie B, in the name of the bourbon, cigars and holy smokes. Amen.
Coming to you from the award-winning Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, PCA's 2024 Best of Leaf Midwest Cigar Bar, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge, it's the Final Third Podcast.
Welcome back to the Final Third Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Will.
I'm Scott.
I'm Mike.
I'm Heine.
And today we're going to actually be going through a bunch of MGP products. We're going to talk a little bit about our trip down to MGP. And we're going to start off smoking the Crowned Heads Broadway. So this is a new Connecticut broadleaf cigar from Crowned Heads. And we thought, you know what, this might go really well with some MGP product today.
Yeah.
So it's time.
What? Tell us about this. What is this?
I think I just did, didn't I?
Connecticut
What's the?
broadleaf.
I didn't hear the Connecticut part.
It's Connecticut broadleaf. I think it's just over Nicaraguan binder and filler.
So is this a 25 release?
This is this is
Okay.
a brand new release this year. This will be on our list.
I'll say this is a big boy.
Yeah.
It is big.
Well,
This
we
is
do
a little
have a
bigger than our usual.
We
Yeah.
do have a smaller one, but the smaller one I knew wasn't going to get us through the podcast, so we'll try this one. And I am using the handy dandy new Norelco cutter.
It's the Gerber tool of cigars.
This thing's actually awesome. You guys need to come in here and check it. If you saw the big black ones we had before, you saw those. These things are actually a lot heavier. 2 punches on one side, V cut on one side, straight cut on the other. Draw tool pops
It's got
out.
a straight razor.
Yeah, ladies, you can
Looks
shave
like a
your
straight
legs.
razor right here too, and 4 jets with a rest on top.
Somebody
It's
else
got
will have
everything.
to talk about the cold draw because I just wanted to get right into it.
I'm
I'm
in it.
getting
Here,
it.
let's go.
I wanted to smoke it, I guess. Impatient bastard.
It's almost a little raisiny, barnyardy kind of.
Yeah, raisiny, cocoa, chocolate covered raisin kind of thing going on.
And one last thing on this cutter. This cutter actually cuts a V similar to the Calibri Deep V. So it's
Oh.
actually a really nice, crisp V cut.
I was obviously impatient with
hefty.
my cigar.
Yeah.
Much the way we were impatient with the generator. Thanks a lot, Josh Prine, for sending me a video showing me the close-up of how to turn on the vent. on
Now
that.
we know. 2 weeks later.
Here you go, Josh. That one's for you, buddy. Love you, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I get like a barnyard cocoa and hay.
A little
Kinda
bit of
wanna
fig,
draw.
maybe. I don't know.
Little
It's
fig,
got-
maybe. Yeah, a little raisin.
You
Yeah.
said raisin, so.
Well, I'll say this about the first draw on it. Anytime I smoke a cigar this size, I always think it should be nice and open.
Yep.
There's a ton of tobacco in here, right? It's a big stick. This is not a small stick.
Yeah, 54
And
ring
it's-
gauge, but I think it's closer
Yeah.
to 56.
I
Honestly.
would tend to agree with you. But the draw on it is completely open.
Good.
It's beautiful, right? And that first puff is fantastic.
Yeah, almond. I'm getting almond.
Almond? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll light it.
Like this blast of like chocolatey, cocoa-y almond.
Totally agree with you. It even comes through in the retro. And I will say that the
Oh, yeah.
initial retro is not really peppery.
It's got a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah, pretty mild in terms of that, but I also feel like it will probably build as it goes through.
I'm almost
It
getting
does.
a s'mores note on the retro.
Nice.
There you go.
Ooh.
I mean, we just had them last night, but
It's still stuck in your.
no, I
Still
brushed
got
my
it there.
teeth. I'm just saying that flavor on the retro, you almost get that same taste. This probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but what you would taste for a s'more, that toasted marshmallow kind of chocolatey note with a little bit of graham,
Yeah.
almost seems to be coming out in the top of your nose in the retro.
It leans heavy into that graham too, a
Yeah.
little bit too. Yeah. Now I will say the second retro hail was a lot spicier.
I got it. Lit me up, man.
Did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
I just
haven't
watched his
retroed
whole
it yet.
facial
I
expression
almost
change.
choked.
Yeah, I retroed like the second puff on it, so now I
right.
better be careful.
Yeah, it got me.
Oh, that's a great cigar.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
really nice, man.
I'm digging
All right,
this
so
We'll see how it
Will,
goes.
what are we drinking first?
Wow.
Well, what are we drinking
Today-
second since we already drank some?
Well, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. We'll
Nobody
be
had to
drinking.
know that.
Everyone gets a Remus today.
everybody gets Remus.
You get a Remus. You get a Remus. You get a Remus. No, so we started out. We're going to talk about our amazing trip we had this week at Ross and Squibb Distillery, aka MGP, Midwest Grain Products. But this is one of the first one we're going to taste is one that we started out with in our tasting there, and this is the Remus Highest Rye, which is their high rye mash bill. Will's got it. It's not their typical 36% rye. This one's even, I think it's a 40-something percent rye.
39.
39.
39,
Okay,
So
yeah.
an extra 3%.
Yeah, it's 51 corn, 39 rye, and 10% malted rye.
Okay.
So technically, it's 49.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So, real quick before we get too deep into this,
Yeah.
Will, tell us the brands that are actually from MGP, because MGP, one thing we learned, they have over 100 mash bills because their primary job is to be a contract distiller for other companies.
For everybody. Yeah.
But they did start releasing their own stuff, and there's
Right.
what, 3 or 4 brands out there that they
Yeah,
have.
so if you think about, honestly, MGP, they own, so the Ross and Squibb Distillery, the Remus line is theirs. The Remus Repeal Reserve, which is an annual release that we have out, is there. The Remus Gatsby is there. But then you have brands like Penelope, which is an MGP product that MGP owns now. Luxco.
Yep.
So if you know Yellowstone, some of the other products that Luxco has, like Rebel, Ezra Brooks, some of what are some of the other Luxco ones that I'm missing? Blood Oath, a lot of different lines that MGP has.
and then Rossville as well.
Don't they
right?
do Monk's Road too? Is Monk's Road Let's Go?
yeah,
as
so-
well? Yeah.
a lot of non-distilled producers, NDPs, use MGP as their whiskey, and so there's hundreds. I think Ian said, if not thousands, of distilleries or producers that use their products.
And then there's like a bunch of neutral grain that they're
They do
pushing
some
out, right?
NGS, neutral grain
Yeah.
spirit, which
Yeah.
is 95% ethanol.
Which is going to be your vodkas.
Vodkas.
They do a lot of gin as well, but they have gin, vodka.
However, their primary volume is whiskey out of Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, is it, or is it
I feel like it's
neutral grain or
Well,
grain
Luxco
neutral
needs to
spirit?
fix their website because
thought
no matter
he's-
what date you put in it says you're not 21, you can't enter. I just put in 1955, and it still said, sorry, you're not 21.
Not working too well for
Yeah.
the
Prohibition.
iPhone.
Yeah, they do a lot too, but they're famous for, at least out of the Ross and Squibb distillery, will be Remus Repeal Reserve, Gatsby, those products.
Okay.
I
And the
honestly,
Rossville is them, right? The
And
Rossville?
oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Rossville
thank you.
Union?
Yeah, Rossville Rye, Rossville Union Rye.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had a lot of these. I think I've only had 1 or 2.
Well, look, we drink so much stuff that we know
Remus
is
specifically,
sourced
not
from
MGP.
MGP,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so to think of the MGP brands and then to actually know what those brands are, because even Penelope, right? It's an MGP brand, but it's one that did they start with it and sold it off and then bought it back, or was it?
It was
just,
all
it was
sourced
started
to Penelope.
right?
It
yes.
was all
But then
MGP
MGP.
sourced
And then
product.
they
got-
acquired-
and then they bought it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they bought
the brand.
basically the brand.
Yep.
Because it was good for their business.
They
Holy
literally, it's so funny. Mark and Danny, who are the two owners of Penelope, they built it from the ground up. In their first meeting with MGP, they walked into the boardroom, probably where we were at,
Probably.
and they said, hey, we want to buy some of your product. And they're like, oh, cool. How many barrels you want? 100, 200, 500? And they're like, we want maybe 2. And they're like, I don't know if this is the right fit for you, but they worked with them.
Yeah.
And they literally started out with just a couple of barrels, sold them out of their trucks, sold them out of their part. They did some. Who knows if it was legal or
They
not?
said,
I don't
you know,
know. I'm sure it
Breeden
was
has
legal.
more barrels than that.
Exactly.
But they sold out, they bought more, they kept reinvesting, buying more barrels, and they became this great brand that we all know that did a phenomenal job with marketing, which quite honestly, I think as part of why MGP acquired them was because they have done such a great job with selling their whiskey under that brand, and they kind of needed to take something out of that playbook. Because, I mean, to be fair, Ross and Squibb kind of struggle with some of the sales, especially under the Remus line.
Well, they
with
mentioned a
Standard
lot of the new market methods, right? The social media,
Yeah.
like some of the things that were more current marketing trends was something that Penelope became very, very good at.
They were very strategic with where they placed their bourbon, who it appealed to. They named it Penelope. They made it appealing not only to men. It's not old Jimmy's bourbon.
Old man.
Old man bourbon. It's not old man bourbon. It was
Old New Riff.
yeah.
Shut up.
So, I mean, this is honestly one of my favorite expressions that they have in the Remus line. It's
I get a
amazing.
little bit
nose.
of funk on the nose. Though.
So which
Like,
Remus is this that we're drinking?
Highest rye.
This is
This
the highest rye.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And this is what we started out with our tasting after we were done with the
Gotcha.
tour.
Okay.
It has
I
a
remember that
beautiful,
now.
beautiful palate.
The palate is absolutely amazing, and probably people have looked over these. They didn't even necessarily know that they were MGP. Some people, when they first kind of get started into bourbon, they get past the Blanton's Eagle Rare phase, right? Kind of that
Right.
beginner, like I like bourbon, and I start exploring. The first thing that they hear from people is, "Oh yeah, a lot of the stuff out there is MGP," and then they start kind of bad mouthing it. But the reality is, these guys know how to make bourbon.
Yeah.
And they make really great bourbon that everybody uses. They are absolutely masters at distilling. And I think one of the things that we kind of learned whenever we've gone into distilleries in the past, I think Chattanooga was a good exception where we walked in and I think we had a 2-hour tour.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
most of the time you
Pretty
go in
in-depth.
and you're about 30 minutes.
Yep.
Right. And that's somebody saying, hey, bourbon is at least 51% corn.
Right.
It
We
has to
use
be
grain.
in
Here's where it
charge.
goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
This is a still.
is good for most people.
Right.
We spent the better part of almost 3 hours on the tour.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I mad respect for what they're doing because it's something where people that once you get past that initial, oh, that's just MGP, then you start going, oh, that's MGP, right?
Yeah.
And your kind of mindset changes as you travel through your bourbon journey and you learn more and more and you realize these guys make really damn good whiskey.
Well, and I liked how Ian did the tour because like you said, you go on a tour anywhere else, they've got a scripted tour, and they should. I mean, they're telling you the history, they're telling you what's bourbon, and then you go. He nerded out. I mean, he literally went into some details where like we were all lost. I mean, there was things he said were like, wow, that's so in depth that we would never got that. You would never get that at any other tour. I don't
So
think.
let's talk
and honestly,
about-
that wouldn't work at a facility like Buffalo Trace because they're just running people through.
Right.
Yeah.
Ian's not a tour guide.
Well,
He's a master
they don't
distiller.
offer tours.
Exactly.
There is no public tours at MGP. So don't go to Lawrenceburg.
No.
Don't go up to the front gate. There is no tours.
Don't go in the where.
Don't go
walk in
into
the
a Rick house and wander around like I did 5 years ago.
Will goes, where's the gift shop?
There's
like,
no
what are
gift
you
shop.
doing in here?
There's
Get
no
out.
tasting room.
Nope.
Like you said, we tasted in a boardroom, like where they have meetings. It was just a nice conference room, but it was a conference room. And it's we were driving up, and I love what you said. I think Rob and you both said it. It's like, there it is, Willy Wonka's chocolate
Yeah,
factory.
Will said that, yeah.
And that's what it looked like from a
did.
distance.
As a kid, that was one of my favorite movies as a kid with Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And I always fantasized about, going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and going and doing all those crazy things with the
Schnozberries,
chocolate
tastes like
river.
schnozberries.
Yeah, licking wallpaper.
I want it now.
and so we're pulling up, and it's like it's all guarded, it's all gated, and you walk in, and all of a sudden you're inside the compound, and it's like, holy smokes, man! Like I can't believe
I've
I'm
got a
here,
golden ticket.
and
You're
it's
You're in a
just
prison now.
it's overwhelming. And for the normal, I guess, somebody who's going down the Kentucky Bourbon Trail and wants the tour experience and the spiel, like you're not going to get that there in the sense that it's not a scripted tour.
No.
This is an industrial distillery, and it is a massive, massive amount of technology that's going on there. And it's just, for me, honestly, it was a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't wrap my brain around the size of the stills, the number of fermenters, the drying process of their spent grains. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's not 88.
That's what I was going to
ramps.
say. That
Yeah.
spent grains building was insane. And tell me if I'm wrong. I think he said they put out enough grain to fill a truckload every 15 minutes.
If they don't dry it.
If they don't
They
dry
would
it.
be having a semi taking their spent grains, the wet grains,
The wet grains.
every 15 minutes if
So-
they didn't dry them. So they have, let's talk through this a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk through like what the tour was like,
Okay.
right? Because most of the time when you go into these tours, they're like, here's the grain, then here's how we, select grain, and here's how we malt it, and they're walking you through the process as it happens. It was so big they couldn't do that. Like we
Right.
couldn't walk in order of the process. Even we would have been double and tripling back all over the place.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we do is he's like, well, here's where we power the entire facility. And it's like a 6-story building that's their boiler.
Yeah.
Because everything runs off of steam. Everything. And it used to be coal powered. And they just recently changed it to natural gas. So
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
like the old coal, burners there that's where they created their steam. And then they have steam pipes that run to all the different buildings, anywhere that they need any kind of heating at all. Right? So that's how they do their mashing process. That's how they even just heat the facility, is all through steam. So that's like where we start. Then we go around the side, and they show us like one large building, and they're like, yeah, this building and half of that building are for drying the spent grain. I'm like, oh, so we're not talking about anything in terms of making whiskey. You're telling us about the very last thing that you do before getting rid of your spent product. And that 15 minutes blew my mind, but then we walk in the building where they have the tumbler where the grains
The
actually
tumbler
dry.
was as big as this room to
Oh,
the
gosh.
ceiling and down, and probably to the bar. It was massive.
It
I
was
would say it
huge.
was probably even long.
Yeah.
I'd say it was probably 40 or 50 feet long.
Yeah.
It was. I'd never seen anything like
If you've
that.
seen Gold Rush, that TV show where they are trying to get like the rocks out,
separator.
they
Yeah.
have the separator. That's what it looked like, but it was all enclosed, and it just takes the grain and takes it up to the top as it's turning. They had a huge motor with this chain that every link was like the size of my fist, and the grain goes to the top and then falls, and they're just pushing heat through it. I mean, it was hot in there.
It was,
and it wasn't
yeah.
a hot day. Like it wasn't bad outside.
It was a
nice.
perfect day, actually,
yeah.
for it, yeah.
Like 65. I mean, just perfect. So that's the first thing we see. Is like, here's where the spent grain is, and that was crazy in and of itself.
Yes, it was just massive.
So you guys Pulp Fictioned your way through the whole process.
It
then.
was
Pretty much, yeah.
It was. I think.
Yes.
Did we go to the? We went to a Rick House next, right?
Um,
We went to the Rick House where they had them all. Well, I guess
Was he
the
talking about
very-
the water
I guess the
next?
very first thing we did walk through was the filling room, the filling and dumping room,
yeah, yeah.
because that was just on our
Yes.
way out of the board.
That was on the way through, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had finished for the day. They had already dumped all the barrels for the day, but we were kind of going through looking, and there were, I don't know, at least several thousand barrels in there that had been dumped.
Tons
Yeah.
of
And-
tons of
and others
conveying
that have been
system,
filled.
The
Yeah,
roller
yeah.
conveyors in
Yeah,
there.
and they do top fill, which
Yep.
is where you're going to palletize, right? You're going to store
Yeah.
them upright, and then they also do side fills, which go into the rick houses. Right? I mean, they're all technically rick houses, but really a rick house you're storing on the side, right? And it's just rows and rows of ricks. There,
Yeah.
right. Kind of like wood being stacked up.
I think they call one's a rick house, one's a rack house. House is up
Rack
and down,
house is
rick house
vertical.
is
Yeah,
is sideways.
ricked
yeah.
and racked.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we go back, and the rack house that we go to, because they
Mm-hmm.
were palletized, I felt like I was at the end of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And
With
the
the
National
warehouse.
The
Archives.
big-
Yeah.
that big old warehouse where they're storing all the secret
Secret
government
government
shit.
stuff.
Exactly.
88,000 barrels in that.
In that
record.
one. And that was one of the smaller ones.
And they had 14 on site.
Yeah.
Wow.
And many offsite.
Yeah. The one off-site, the biggest one they have, stores 240,000 barrels.
It's not that much.
They have a couple in North Vernon, Indiana, in Jennings County. I didn't even know they had.
Yeah.
To
that
give
they
you an
had.
idea, Moondrops, right down the road here in Fortville.
Yeah.
They have 10 barrels.
They have
I would say
their rick house, actually a rack house.
rack house, yeah.
It stores 2,000.
2,000, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that's what Mark told us.
That's
was
like a 100
2,000.
by 40 pole barn or something.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
and they were,
16 foot tall.
you know, they actually converted these old. I mean, the Seagram's rack houses. Well, those were rack houses, I believe. Those things were 6 stories. And
that was the rick houses.
That was
Or
the rick
6
house.
stories,
They were
yeah.
okay, sideways. 6 stories. Every story had 6 levels of barrels, and they were 6 deep on every row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
It was insane.
they use a couple different cooperages, but the majority space side, right? Wasn't it
Yeah,
space
yeah.
side?
Yeah,
Space
yeah,
side,
it was.
yep.
That's what I said the most
Char
of it.
4 space side. Yeah.
Yep.
And then, honestly, we have a lot of bourbon out here. We really don't have any MGP rye, but they do a massive amount of rye there. Their 95.5 mash bill,
Yeah.
they turn out a ton of that.
And they don't publish any production numbers in terms of number of barrels or anything
No.
like that. But Ian said that he felt pretty confident that they were the world's #1 distiller of rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe that.
I would say that's
Unbeknownst to
fairly-
anyone.
Honestly, I would almost say it's not even close.
And the reason they are is because of their process where they can actually take the stillage and dry it.
Yeah.
If they,
Yeah.
with rye, because rye clumps up so bad,
Bad.
like if they didn't have a method, a really advanced technology to do that, which no one else has, that's why people can't produce as much rye.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the ability to get rid of the spent, product.
Spent product. Yeah.
You remember what he said about the dryer? They said that they used it, like the company that sold it to them, they had that
Oh
design
yeah,
for asphalt.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
And it didn't, and like you think about how sticky and heavy asphalt is, it didn't work for the
They
rye.
had to reverse engineer it to get it to work for them. They
Yeah.
basically rebuilt it to an extent, which is another part. Like the intelligence level of these guys running this production. I mean, they are all very, very smart engineers.
Well, and you,
I totally
and you brought up
geeked out
rye.
with those guys.
I think we were all surprised. All their rye comes from Sweden, right? Sweden,
Germany,
Germany,
Sweden.
Sweden.
It's all European rye.
All
And
the
it's
rye
just
comes.
It's just the flavor that they're going for.
Yeah.
So they import 100% of their
So
rye.
that
from
that
Europe.
really made sense to me. That why their ryes are pretty predominant. You can pick out a MGP rye if it's another brand pretty quickly just by tasting it. So it makes sense.
Yeah, they have tracks running right into the center of the property to dump all the the rail car grain. So
And they said that was something like, I'm trying to remember, maybe 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 50, something like that. Trucks that when they do the testing on the grain, they send it back.
Yeah.
yeah, not much goes back. Yeah,
Not much, but
Well-
still, you're thinking like a semi-load of grain comes in, and you go,
Nah.
nope, sorry. There's
And
the
it was
road.
kind of cool
Hit
when
it.
he said that they'd literally just take a couple of samples out of the truck, three or four different places, and they take it inside and basically smell it.
Now let's talk
they'll
about
do a water measurement.
Water
too.
measurement, yeah.
yeah.
Hydrometer.
Before
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
further into it, because we got stories for days,
But smell
Yeah, we
test.
do.
Yeah,
let's talk about this.
yeah.
Let's talk about what we're drinking right now.
Yeah.
So, highest rye that they have. Already killed mine.
with the bourbon.
Highest rye bourbon.
Highest rye
yeah.
bourbon.
Yeah.
49% rye.
The nose on this gives me a little bit of funk, but it's not quite
Yeah,
as
it does.
fruity. I get a little bit of that, like, man, what spice is it? It's one of the green ones.
It's almost umami, man. Like I
I
don't
can
want
see
to call
that.
it that
Yeah.
way. Like
But you're not wrong. That's exactly
Yeah, you're not
right.
wrong. Palate,
savory. Like
very savory. It's very approachable. It's 109 proof, so it's lower, I guess, but over 100.
But I wouldn't even say it tastes a
Man.
speck over 100.
this would go
Yeah.
really
Drinks
well
like a
with some
90.
barbecue,
Oh,
probably.
it will.
It would go well with barbecue. Very good with barbecue. I'm sure.
So this one's great. So Rob, what's this one giving to you?
Same things. I'm getting a little bit on top of what you said. I am getting a little bit of the cinnamon spice in there
Okay.
too.
I can see that. It
just,
goes great
just
with
kind
the
of on the
cigar.
background. It goes fantastic with the cigar.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, it does go well with the cigar. It did kind of tone down the almost
Spice.
like the. To me, it almost killed some of the confectionery out of it. The sweetness out of the
Less
cigar.
sweet.
Yeah. But it made the pepper spice. It opened up. It
Yeah.
didn't make it stronger. It just made the flavor bigger.
Some of the mint from the rye shines through on the finish,
Yeah.
along with like a white pepper, I think. Like,
Okay, I can
not
see
an
that.
aggressive pepper, but it's enough
Like
to
a
know it's
whiter
there.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about the McAuliffe Green going really well with ryes. I think it would. I think that
think it's
pairing
probably-
between
yeah.
this and that,
Yeah.
McAuliffe Green would be awesome.
Yep.
Scotty, what are you getting?
I nothing more than what you guys
Agree?
said. I agree.
Yeah. And you brought up the greens. As the more I smoke these greens, man, the milder they seem to me.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing because it's a great morning smoke. It's a great end of the day smoke. It goes with a lot of
Yeah,
rise.
I agree with you all day. Like that's
Yeah.
my morning smoke now
Yeah.
a lot with coffee, and it's just not super aggressive, and it's not gonna blow my palate out. I
Yeah.
like
Well,
it.
and
We've done
that's
that.
something too with those that they're just getting into cigars or maybe smoke a cigar a week. The green's going to come off a little bit stronger.
Sure.
It's a medium, but as you smoke cigars daily, that becomes a morning cigar. The mediums become a morning cigar for me.
Yeah.
Because like in Connecticut, like we smoked a Nica Rustica on the way over to West Fork yesterday.
It's great.
And
Yeah.
it's a great morning cigar, but it's got a little bit more strength than just like a very, very mild one, which I don't typically smoke very often. So yeah, I think once you get into it, the mediums become your morning cigars.
Yeah.
So we've found that the more we go back and visit cigars that we tried and weren't completely sold on, but they were good, and then we wait a couple months and then have another one,
And get
we're
back
just like,
into
oh
it.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
this
You
isn't
find
what
new
I
things.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, yesterday I smoked Warhead Independence Day.
Yeah.
There you
How's
go.
that
It's been 6
smoking now?
months. Oh man,
Kicked up now?
way big improvement.
Good. I've got one or two more. I'm gonna smoke one too.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I was really surprised at 6 months and the difference that made.
I wish I had more.
So what do we?
Let's get to our next
let's
one.
get
Next one.
pouring next. Let's get a quick description on it, and then I want to kind of tell another story here about MGP and some of
So
the things that they do.
this is the Remus Repeal Reserve. This is straight bourbon whiskey, 100 proof.
This is number 4.
Print it smaller,
Number
why don't you?
4.
So
one's,
let's see. Let me reverse this. So what year would this have come out? If 9's coming out this
This is
year,
the 08.
and this is the 25.
this will be 2020
Yeah.
release.
Yep, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 08 bourbon. It's 77% 21 rye from an 08, and then a 23.
The 36, right?
The 36 rye. Yep.
Yeah.
Put your
yeah.
glasses on, old man.
Well, no, the way they wrote it, it's stacked as opposed to horizontal.
Well, I
So
can't
you
read anyways,
Straight
so-
across. You got to go up and down.
All right, so let's
every
get
other word.
pouring this. So I'm getting an addition put on my house, and I'm out
Tell me
working with my
something
dad
good.
and my sister, and we're staking it out. Right, you got to like put all these stakes in the ground and put lines, strings, so that they know where to dig the footers for the foundation. And you kind of got to figure some of these measurements out, right? We get to where we're marking out a spot, and I'm like, that just doesn't look right. It's like it didn't pass the smell test. And we went back and remeasured a couple things and found out, yeah, it didn't. I bring that up because as we're talking to Ian, who's master blender at MGP and gave us the tour, he mentioned that even with their grain, they go through and they do all the sampling and all the testing. But then they have people that take the grain, they're rubbing it in their hands, they're smelling it, they're tasting it. And he always differentiated between scientific tests or scientific processes that they did, whether it was using a gas chromatograph or doing some sort of analysis through like looking at the cells of things versus sensory. And I loved that he always did that. He differentiated between science tests and sensory. And he always said, like, we have an imperfect instrument, right? Our nose and our tongue, those things change all the time. But he really differentiated a lot between what happened in the science side and what ultimately came down to, does it taste good?
Yeah.
Do people like it, right?
Well, and I mean, we talked with Husto about when they grow their tobacco. Same basic thing. They can test it all day long, but until they actually break it down and try it, it's
You don't know.
you don't know.
You don't know.
And
Yeah.
it's the same in the beer industry. When they get hops in, they can run all the tests they want, but until they crush it up and shove their face in it, they're not going to know if that's what they want or not.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was
kudos
really
to
cool.
them for sticking with it, not just saying, "Oh, that passed the test, move along."
Yeah, I mean, they talked about having a tasting panel. And to get on the tasting panel, the only thing that you're doing on the tasting panel is not telling them where something like tastes good or not. You are responsible for finding flaws.
Yeah.
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 If there is an actual flaw, and they've got like over 100 different things that are considered flaws, much like beer. Like we
Yeah.
know some beer flaws, right? But same thing, and that's the tasting panel. Is just, is this flawed? And so they run you through a series of tests to see if you can identify known flaws. They'll serve you things that have flaws in it, and that's what qualifies you to get on their tasting.
I think
panel.
we all said we would love to go through that training with Ian
Yeah, it'd be
to
awesome.
learn
that'd be
that
awesome, yeah.
process.
They'll
Yeah.
also run gas chromatography,
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
in conjunction with that. So again, where the sensory meets the technology, they want to look for certain off compounds, like I think it's like butyric acid that gives
Yeah.
that. It's a bacterial formation where bacteria gets out of control. It'll create butyric, or I think it's butyric acid, vomity, cheesy, bad, nose and taste. You don't obviously want that. in your
They walk
whiskey.
through where the fermentation's happening and just smell the air to see if that takes place. If they
Yeah.
get an infected batch.
That's where they
It's
get
like-
that flavor for the vomit jelly bean.
Right, exactly. Ship that off to Jelly Belly.
geez.
Well, I think he said, it happens every so often. You get that happen. I think he said the last time it happened was, 6 months ago? They had one.
Yeah.
And before that, it was like another 6 to 9 months before that. So it didn't happen very often. That tells you they're really good at what they're doing.
Yeah.
As much as they put through there. So to have that only happen once in a while, pretty impressive, actually.
So
That's
Cody
amazing.
asked online a good question,
Yeah.
which we answered, but it's important to understand over 100 mash bills that they run because they're contract distilling. What got real interesting about that, we asked, what happens if you get a bad batch, right? If something goes wrong with it. And they do NGS, neutral grain spirit there. So they normally just do 100% corn for that because that's their cheapest crop to be able to make NGS. When they're doing rye and a rye batch goes bad, they make it NGS, right? Because it's just ethanol at that point, but it's a much more expensive
Yeah.
batch for them.
It's like 3 or 4 times the cost or something.
Then they
yeah.
talked about how, a Jack Daniels, for instance, they make just, millions of bottles of Old Number 7. They can figure out, how many barrels that are not really good. They may not be flawed, but they're not tasty. There's something wrong
Well,
with
they
them.
may be flawed, actually.
They
I
could
mean,
be
And they
flawed,
could be
yeah,
flawed.
yeah,
Okay, there you go. So
100%,
they could
yeah.
be flawed, and they can completely get rid of that because as a percentage of the overall product, it
It's
gets to be
nothing.
so
It's
low
lost
you
in
can't
the
taste
wash,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, completely lost. They can't do that,
Yeah.
Could
right?
be like
they
ice
don't
wine.
have. They're not Buffalo Trace that has three mash bills,
Yeah.
right? They have to basically dump it. They have to turn it into NGS. They can't
Yeah.
mix it with anything because, to your point with Penelope, it might be 100 barrels.
Yeah.
They can't ship a product of 100 barrels and have 20
Three of
of
them
them.
bad, yeah.
It couldn't. Can't even have three or
Three,
four
yeah,
of them
yeah.
be
Can't
bad.
blend it off, yeah.
Yep. No way to blend that flavor out. So
That was pretty.
that's
That was
nuts.
very impressive. That pretty much every process and everything they use, there's no waste. They use
Right.
it for something. Even those spent grains, that's going to farmers and whoever wants to take those spent grains and make things with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
I
make.
don't
well,
know if
they
you guys
sell
have
it.
ever had spent grain bread. It's delicious.
It is. It is.
So there's options for that
That's
stuff.
where Happy Cow
We'll get
cheese
to that.
comes from.
What do you
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the Remus 4? It's totally different, right? Like
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
very,
first of all,
very different.
fruity on
Yeah.
the nose.
very fruity.
What's
yeah.
the proof on this one? Is
100
it
proof.
100
yeah.
proof.
Okay.
Definitely lots of those
Yeah, a lot
nice
more fruit.
high fruit notes in it.
Cherry, apple.
Luden's cherry. Almost Luden's cherry.
Completely translates from the nose to the palate, which is always
Yeah, it
nice.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like that contrast, but sometimes it's nice to
Nope,
see
it
that
sticks. It
continuity.
goes right along.
A little bit of
right along.
nuttiness. I get the cherry in there too, but
Yeah.
a little
It's
bit.
almost
like,
got that like that bean nut
Yeah.
kind of note.
Nut.
Note to it. Nut note.
I like nut.
It doesn't
I heard
have
that.
it doesn't have the finish that the highest rye has that I like. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of tailors off. It's just a nice, approachable bourbon. Right?
Yeah, it is kind of a 5 to 10 second and then
Yeah.
gone. It's not a complex finish that changes, but excellent bourbon.
It's really good. Going with this cigar again, brings out some more of that like fig note that I got.
Yeah, you're
in the
you're
cold
tasting
draw.
more
Oh,
fruit.
it
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
the cigar a lot.
Yeah, brought out more spicy retro for sure. I know it was spicy on the first third, getting towards the second third, but now it's more of that.
There's still a lot of that
Spicy
umami
pepper.
note
Yeah, it's
in the
very
nose as well.
spicy.
It's
Yeah.
very spicy. This is a good pairing too. I think all these are going to go really well with
Oh man.
Yeah.
with this cigar specifically.
I like what Cody says. Every loaf of bread is a sad story of a group of grains that could have been whiskey.
That's great. I like that.
You wouldn't have all these celiac problems if everybody just drank whiskey instead of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's talk a little bit about yeast.
Dude,
Okay.
that was the thing I think that I was more impressed with than anything was that the way that they propagated their yeast.
It's a story that you could tell over and over again,
Oh.
and it never gets old. So
How many days from the
It was-
little bitty vial?
A vial, let's say
the
a
vial
vial.
was smaller than that.
A vial, no, it's about this size.
Yeah, it's
a
about
vial
exactly
of
that size.
yeast
Okay,
about
about
this size.
They called it a slant.
Slant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they take a needle. I mean, it's a needle.
It is.
They put it through a little bit of fire, right, just to sanitize it. And I mean, like he's holding onto the needle and he just puts it in the fire for 3 seconds, and that's it, sanitized. Takes the needle, just scrapes off barely, the end of the needle, and puts that into a 50 milliliter flask.
Yep.
Gives it a couple stirs, puts it into the temperature controlled. It's not like a refrigerator per se, but
Just cool. Yeah.
Sits for, I think he said 12 to 24 hours. Like all these were 12 to 24 hour processes.
Yeah.
They're looking for cell propagation. So it's growing yeast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason they have those vials is because they have a third party company, like a biochemical lab, that ensures that it's always the same yeast, because yeast will change
Yeah.
over time. So they want to keep that constant strain. That 50 milliliters, when it's done, they dump it into a 6-liter flask. That's 12 to 24 hours. That goes into a 1,500 gallon container of mash. And then 12 to 24 hours later, that goes into 6,500 gallons.
Yeah.
And one 6,500 gallon propagation of their yeast, I think they said was enough to do basically all of their fermenters.
Yeah.
So yeah, almost right around 2 days
Yeah.
to go from
A pinprick.
your pinprick to 6,500 gallons.
15 and then 15 closed fermenters, 55,000 gallons each. And then I don't know, maybe 15 or more open fermenters that were 26,000
Yeah.
gallons each.
Now, the closed fermenters, we asked the question, it was a good question, why do you have closed fermenters over here versus the open fermenters? Oh, well, look out this window. You see that building down there? Praxair owns all the equipment in that building, and they're siphoning off all the CO2 from the fermentation process and using that to sell bottles of CO2.
Liquefied CO2.
Nice.
Nothing is wasted.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, the gas that's coming
Well-
off, and I mean, everybody's like, if you've gone to Maker's Mark, you put your finger into
Oh, yeah.
the open fermenters, and you can see them bubbling. The bubble,
Yeah.
collecting it and bottling it.
Yeah. Well, and then they took us out on the roof when we came out of that too, and we looked out on the side. Well, we were out there looking. There's massive groundhogs down there, and he said, yeah, it was kind of a bad day when they Praxair actually had a leak and killed hundreds of
Was
groundhogs out
the
there.
great groundhog tragedy of 2000.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't get talked about in bourbon history.
No,
like
it doesn't.
Wow.
Suffocated all the groundhogs because CO2
Ridiculous.
stays close to
They
the
should,
ground.
you know what? They
That's
should-
bigger than Jim Beam catching on fire.
I think their next release needs to pay homage to
Yeah.
the groundhogs.
Save
That
the
would be a
groundhogs.
Gave their
A
lives
Groundhog's
for-
Day release.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
That would be great.
Yeah, he took us out on the roof to show us these tanks
Yeah.
that were in the back of the property. And if you've ever been past like an oil refinery and you see the gigantic tanks that they have that hold oil,
Yeah.
they were like that size. And they were full of NGS and light whiskey. I mean, there was millions of gallons
Yeah.
just right there. 5, 6, 7
I know
of
where I'm
these
going during the
massive
apocalypse.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, the government put those
You got
there
firepower.
in the 40s, right?
Well, you can definitely get the government built them as part of World War II, and
Yeah.
they produced fuel, ethanol based fuel.
Yep.
You definitely could get water there. You guys remember what they told us about the water?
Oh,
eight,
God.
8 million gallons a day.
A day.
That they pump in.
That's insane.
And it's
Of water.
from the aquifer that goes from Dayton down through Lawrenceburg.
Yeah,
So they're pulling water out there, and then they have a separate separate well basically it's got more mineral content.
It's
So when the
shallower,
water's
yeah.
coming through, and it's not doesn't have enough mineral for that mash bill,
They just go to that
pull
well,
they'll,
tap
they'll
off the
pull
other
some
one.
out of there, and it's not used all the time because they don't need it for every mash bill. But when they need it, they got it. It's like
I wonder how manganese in water affects your distillate.
I don't know. I've never mixed my own water.
I haven't either, but like our well was very heavy in the manganese mineral, which is not harmful, but it gives off a false sense of sulfur, so it has like the same scent of like the rotten eggs and
Sounds
sulfur.
like you should tap it and plant some tobacco. Because isn't
I
it
mean,
the manganese that
Manganese makes the white
ash?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't ask that much. I just
Well, I know. I wonder if it's similar to iron because iron's the culprit in water for distillation. It will create sulfur compounds.
okay.
You can't distill with iron heavy
Yeah.
water. I mean, it will ruin
Separate, and
ruin
it, right?
distillation.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like that's an insane amount of water that
Yeah.
like
Every day.
every day.
Every day.
Like,
So why don't we finish this off and run a commercial
Jesus
real
Christ.
quick?
yeah. Let's do that.
oh man. Well, let's do that.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana. Thank you to
Thanks,
Aladino.
Aladino.
Appreciate you and your sponsorship. And obviously, we had a great Aladino event here a couple weeks
Oh,
ago
it's awesome.
with Justo and Trey Mack. Always appreciate them coming out.
Well, and we're actually going to be ordering the panels here as soon as I get the final logo for the panels.
the patio?
And Aladino is going to be one of the sponsors of the panel. So we're going to have, hopefully, we're going to have that 85th box with the car on one of the full panels.
Nice.
So that's
That'll
going to
be
look
awesome.
cool.
What you should do is you should tell them they made them all the wrong size and then send you a new one,
Yeah.
and then I'll take the others.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out
we
to
can
Jay
finish
over
our
here that
patio.
won the rug with the car on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
Congrats, Jay.
What's
He's
up,
behind
Jay?
you.
Hi.
All right, well, let's get to number 5 here.
Yeah.
All right.
Because at some point today, we also have to talk about your trip yesterday
Yeah.
to West
Yeah.
Fork. So we'll get to that.
We
But
can do
Been a
that.
busy-
So while we're cutting and pouring here, getting this open, let's talk a little bit about distillation.
Okay.
And going into the stills.
Those
These things,
tiny little stills.
tiny little stills.
Little
I felt
ones.
like I was walking into like a nuclear missile silo.
Oh, dude.
That's what it felt like.
It did. It did.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere we were never on like solid ground hardly anywhere. It was all steel with like gated, like that.
Yeah.
Steel corrugated floor.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, my wife. I was so glad that she didn't go because she freaks out over like bridges and stuff that have
Oh,
that.
it was all
She
that.
would have. You could look down. You could see 60, 80 feet down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were walking up the stairs, like
Yeah.
walk up 4 flights of stairs, and he's like, "Here's this part of the process," and we walk back down 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's no pictures along the way about how bourbon's made and
No.
where the grains come from. It's
Well,
so
I
it's
can't
totally
remember if
industrial.
it was you, Will, or me, or who actually asked the question. But we were talking about, do you ever bring other distilleries ever come here to maybe learn the process? And we all thought the same thing. It's like there's no way, because the scale of this place is way bigger, and I don't know how anybody can take that to a smaller scale, to like a Hard Truth or a Starlight or something. It does not equate.
maybe the guys
Yeah.
at Whiskey House, but
Yeah.
It's like
That'd
going
be
to
about it.
Walmart. I mean, I had Walmart as a customer. I mentioned this on there. It's like you go to Walmart and you say, "Hey, I got this cool thing to sell you," and they're like, "Great. Does it work for 1.5 million employees?" And you go, "No. Who has 1.5 million employees?" Well, we're Walmart. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way you felt. And they're like, there was nothing that could translate
No.
to small batch distilleries. Nothing.
No.
Like the control systems are massive industrial control systems. We walked into
Well-
the control room and they had 3 guys and like 40 screens monitoring all the processes.
And
that
and
were
they
going
looked
on.
like they were Homer Simpson in
Yeah.
in the
The
nuclear
power
lab watching the screens.
it's
that was their
pronounced
job.
nuclear.
Nuclear. It was
Nuclear.
funny because those guys, their job, all 3 of, or actually there was 4 of them in there, was just to monitor the screens, hoping nothing goes bad. And luckily, when we were there, nothing was going bad, and they were just sitting back in their chairs, just relaxing. I'm like, what a job,
I
man.
don't think they said even one word.
No.
I don't think
They
any of the-
chuckled when he said that they're actually a little louder than that normally.
Right.
So-
yeah.
you see one of them like point at the screen and then sit back
Yeah.
down, like, oh, something's happening.
Something's
Nope,
happening.
we're
No,
good.
it's not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
False
But that
alarm.
was the thing too. Is like it's such a large scale that there was no way for someone to write them the program. They had to create their own program for what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, you guys have probably seen computers at distilleries where they're actually doing all the measurements and actually monitoring and stuff. It's usually 1 or 2 screens. It's got like a couple of their fermenters or whatever on there.
Oh,
This was
kind
a
of like
whole
a
room.
BBC where it's out on the outside.
Yeah.
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 And it's got
yeah.
all the temperatures and
Yeah.
pressures.
The
and-
HMIs, the
Yeah.
human
Yeah.
machine interfaces.
But usually it's right there by the machine. No, this was an entire room set up for that. It was
There was no screens
insane.
anywhere else. It was all that room.
all that room. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I think they launch rockets there in the off hours.
It did look that way. Well, then we
Did
go
look like
and
it.
we see the main stills. I forget how many they said they had, or just the sheer size of them. But I do remember the rectifier.
Yep.
We walk. He says, "Do you want to like this rectifier is pretty cool? And are you guys okay? You want to go walk? Yeah, sure. Let's go." So up a couple more, stories, and he said, "Here it is. Here's the rectifier. It's 142 feet tall." Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a 15-story building.
Nobody has that. Nobody has that.
Isn't that
No.
crazy?
Yeah.
No.
They're like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
20.
not going to the company down there in Louisville and getting their stills.
No.
No. No.
No, because they have a welding shop
Under the
Under
their,
the rick house.
rick houses.
under
yeah.
the rick house.
Like this is
underneath
probably
all
the only
flammable
place where
things.
where you'll ever see a welding shop where we're using like these,
Open flame.
4,000 degree welders, and right above it is,
Highly flammable.
yeah,
flammable.
hundreds of thousands of gallons of
Yeah.
130 proof bourbon.
It's like making toast on a dinner tray in the bathtub. Like, it could happen.
Could happen.
And this
Probably
is why they
won't.
probably won't ever lose a rick house. So, like when you walk into rick houses, usually there's like wood beams or things like that, maybe some steel beams, but it's all fairly open. Theirs is not. Those floors are separated by concrete.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So you could use it as a manufacturing facility if for some reason they ever decided not to distill there anymore because you got big, thick concrete floors that separate each of those.
So so if each floor is in the rick houses or rack houses are separated by concrete, how do they monitor temperature variances? Because in a regular rick
floor?
house, you want it open so that there's a temperature variance.
So, do you guys want to talk about the maturation and some of what Ian said about maturation and temperatures and all that stuff?
Well, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
So Ian's take on maturation is that it's kind of an overhyped discussion about because he said, we could talk about, the thought process out in normal bourbon culture is that obviously you get different flavor profiles from barrels
Different
that are lower
levels.
in the rick house versus ones that are at the top, because the ones at the top should, as we think, get higher temperature swings. They're going to get hotter in the summer, colder in the winter, and then the lower ones are going to be much more temperature
Neutral 'cause they're
controlled.
closer to the ground. Yeah.
But his argument against that is like, that's reverse engineering science, because that's what we think it should be, rather than no scientific studies have actually been peer reviewed and published to show that's really what happens. And his argument is like, you can have middle tier barrels, sister barrels, side by side, taste completely different. So like, you can't really, he's like, you can't disprove it, but it hasn't been proven yet either.
Yeah.
And it was kind of an interesting spin on it. I don't know if I agree with it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's probably a lot of people out there losing their minds right now, screaming at the computer.
But I appreciate his scientific thought behind why he's not 100% sold that it's that big of a deal until it's proven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's power suggestion.
Yeah.
It's all hypothesis at this point.
It's hypotheses and power of suggestion on a lot of that stuff
Yeah.
too.
And it tells a better story.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the
Four
Pappy
Roses.
because it's on this floor, on this exact barrel.
Yeah, it's the J.
It's a
Rick
story.
House on the 6th floor, and we all love
Exactly.
those
Yeah,
bottles.
it's
Yeah.
barrel 3, which is 3 in from the left. It's not from the right. If you go that far, then you're
Oh.
at barrel 27.
Yeah, it's not
and
good.
barrel
You know-
27 sucks because it's on the right side.
Exactly.
Doesn't get as
we-
much
we-
sun.
Yeah.
He did say that he has places that he does go in some rick houses to try and get, like, where he's got really good barrels before, but he tries not to do that too much because it would make him miss other potentially really great
Yeah.
barrels.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we've all heard, every distillery says, "Oh yeah, we totally lost that barrel. There was a barrel back there. We got it. It's 5 years older and everything else." He said they have, with all the different distilleries they make stuff for. He said there's distilleries that have lost 1,000 barrels at their place because they're there and they forgot they were there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's a good.
That's all
He
over
said
the
the
place.
oldest was from like 1988.
Yeah, he said there's,
He said
nothing in it.
That's a
It's
good
empty.
segue.
But somebody just forgot it was
To
there.
Cody's question, they said,
Yeah.
do any of the distilleries get shipped to places like Texas to get aged for customers who have a brand but not have an actual distillery, but may bottle their own.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
Smoke
100%.
Wagon's huge,
Smoke
right?
Wagon.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
They send them out to Vegas, totally different climate, very, very dry, very, very hot.
Yep.
And it makes a difference.
Well, and Vegas has a huge temperature swing. At night it gets really cold, and then in the daytime it gets super
hot.
freaking hot.
Yeah.
So,
So they
But
will fill.
it's
And it's
dry.
mostly dry.
but it's dry.
Yeah.
So what kills proof in the barrel is humidity. And cooler temperatures. That we know. So you take away humidity and you increase temperature or increase temperature swing, you're gonna have more proof, more ethanol in the barrel than you will,
Yeah.
otherwise. You lose ethanol with very humid, very cooler temperatures in a barrel.
Yeah.
Now, they will fill barrels and store them there, and then dump them and bottle them with your label. They will fill barrels, store them there, ship the barrels to you so that you can do whatever you want, maybe a finishing, and then you
Yeah.
bottle your own. They will fill barrels and send you the barrels.
Yeah. New make.
At
yeah.
new make, and then you
Yep.
can age them however you want. So they will do pretty much anything that you want. It's just a matter of what are you paying them for, because
Right.
they,
Yeah,
they're
unless
going
you
to
just
charge
want
you
one
rental
barrel.
space.
Yeah,
to-
exactly. So if you decide you're going to age them yourself, a new make barrel may be a really inexpensive barrel to buy. But if you're going to pick
you're not
one of those
renting that
5,
shelf
6,
space,
7-year barrels out of there, obviously you're going to have to pay for the time it would.
And this one's
yeah,
100
a little bit
proof.
apple. Yeah.
100
This
proof.
one's
Yeah,
100
these are
too?
all
Yeah.
100.
Most of them are
Okay.
100. I think the newer ones are coming out a little bit higher, like 105, 110 maybe. This year's maybe 110. I can't remember that off the top of my
I
head.
was thinking he said 110 on that one. Yeah.
Now,
Great stuff.
I sat here for 10 minutes while we were talking and hadn't drank. Are you guys getting just a slight bit more Kentucky hug from this one?
A little bit, yeah.
Just,
I mean, it
just
seemed a little more
tiny little
pungent.
bit in the chest, kind of.
Just the spice level kicked up for me.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
more,
what it was?
it's more of a southern Indiana hug.
There you go.
Yeah,
yeah. That's good call. Good call.
Yeah, it definitely is warming. It warms on the palate a little bit more. Yeah.
And it did change the cigar just a touch.
Yeah.
Just a hair.
Yeah, maybe just a slight bit more peppery note out of this.
Brought out a little bit brighter spice.
Yep. Yep.
So I do want to shout out. We went to, before we did the tour, we went to, is it 241?
Proof 124.
Proof
Proof,
124.
yeah, I knew it was some number.
Some
Proof,
number.
Proof 124
Dude.
Tavern, yeah. Great food.
Great food.
Great staff. Really enjoyed having a lunch there with those guys. So they're doing
I think
a great
everything we ate, we all loved.
The walleye
I had the
was great.
walleye.
Was
it
that also
delicious.
in Lawrenceburg? Is that-
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
right
in
downtown,
Lawrenceburg?
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I've never been in downtown Lawrenceburg.
I
That would be a
haven't.
cool weekend spot. Just
A
to go
great
hang out at the
getaway.
bars and restaurants. You have live music out there a
Oh,
lot.
nice.
And if the MGP would ever do a tasting room down there,
That would be perfect.
It'd be awesome.
They wouldn't even have to do it on site. They could do it downtown Lawrenceburg. and it'd be
100%.
I've got an
perfect.
idea.
Hint, hint.
We go in January.
Okay.
We go to Perfect North. We do tubing and whiskey.
Yeah, I could too.
A
you
tung
go.
and whiskey podcast.
There you
There
go.
you go.
How
I
about
like
that?
it.
We just do it while we're
I'm
going
not
down
skiing.
the slopes.
I'm not
Yeah.
breaking my leg, but
Wait,
Yeah,
I'll jump
I
on
can't
the tube.
snowboard
You're
anymore.
going to be in your mankini,
I mean,
right?
Scott will be bundled up because he hates the cold.
I do hate it.
there are public decency laws in Lawrenceburg that I do not want to break. So
All right. Go the Borat this time. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in for that. I'll go too.
It'll
I
be
can't
fun,
ski
man.
anymore,
Definitely.
so-
That would be fun. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Josh Prine goes down there quite a bit.
See if
Sweet.
there's any snow. Well, they create
Bring the
their own
generator.
snow.
they make their own
yeah,
snow.
yeah.
They got Indiana snow, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably come from MGP too.
Yeah.
Make a
Hey, can we borrow some of that
slopes.
8.5
What you
million
do is
gallons?
you
You
stick
get
a
the CO2
Glen
from Pax Air, and you use that to pressurize the.
you stick a Glen in your pocket at the top of the slope. You fill a little bourbon before you launch, and then you grab a little ice, a little slush on the way down. You got a bourbon slushy at the bottom.
That's
There
perfect.
you go. There you go.
Plastic Glen.
right.
Don't try and ski with a
Maybe
I
glass.
don't know
not.
if you want to drink fake snow though. I don't think.
Oh
you
come
wanna drink
on!
It's still water.
And it's
not like
going
it's
into
plastic.
whiskey. I mean,
It's
that
just
kills
spent
everything.
grain CO2 that they collected out of the air and
Exactly.
just turned into something white.
Wouldn't that be something if they
Yeah.
made their snow off
That would
of
be
this?
hilarious.
Yeah,
That would
it's,
be great.
it's just CO2 and manganese. They
Now,
just,
if it's yellow, totally different story.
Totally different story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
we
don't
don't
watch
want
lemon.
out for that
That's
snow.
That's
the
for tequila.
groundhogs. That's
Yeah.
all the groundhogs.
wait,
yeah.
do they make fake yellow snow?
No, I think people turn it yellow.
We have to make
I think
it.
that's called
You
a
gotta make it
pineapple
yellow.
slushy.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jim
That's
Beam
a little-
pineapple.
Pineapple
a little salt for your tequila.
Oh,
Yes.
jeez. Man. It's off the rails here.
Why does this taste like asparagus?
All right, so we get done with the tour.
Tasty.
We walked around, forever. I mean, I think Lisa said she did 4,000 or 5,000 steps on her counter. And we come back to the boardroom, and Ian's like, "So, do you guys want to taste some whiskey?" Of course we do.
Please.
Yeah.
And he brings out the highest rye, and he did have some of this year's Gatsby, which is amazing.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. Yeah, if you can
Man.
find it, get a bottle.
Should be
It's-
coming out about any moment.
Yeah, it should be showing up on your shelves. In
That's
your
like
local
a
liquor store.
Late November. Late
It's like a
November.
200.
You say late
Is it
November?
299 for that one?
250 or
okay, I
250.
knew it
It's
was
a
up there.
higher priced
Yeah.
product, yeah, but
But this is one
Phenomenal.
that, if you don't mind spending that much, it's you don't feel bad spending that money,
Yeah.
right? Am I going to say that you know me? I'm not like any bottle's really worth $250 per se, but I would pay it for this one. It was good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I don't know. I know how
another-
much you love birthday bourbon, so
yeah. Another cool thing we got to do was we blinded next year's Remus blend that they're working on now with Remus 8, which we have here. But we didn't know what we were tasting.
Is that what it was? I thought he had two different blends that he was working on.
it was Remus 8.
Yeah.
And it was a already done Remus product that because this year's he didn't have, the 9 wasn't there.
Okay.
So we were blinding 10 with Remus 8.
Okay.
And he's like, "What do you think? Like, which one do you like?" And we all kind of agreed.
Unanimously.
The Remus 10 blend they're working on now is phenomenal.
It is.
But I do think it can be improved. I think it can get better. And the reason I say that was because the high notes coming off Remus 8, which we'll try in a little bit, especially on the nose, weren't there in the 10 blend, but the flavor of the 10 was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if you could just add a little bit of high note in there just to give it that little bit of pop at the top, I think it'll be phenomenal. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. If they turn that out today, I'd buy it the way it is as we tasted it. But could you make it better? Sure.
And it was awesome because we kind of got to see into the mind of a master blender
Yeah.
as he's going through the process.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that was what was so cool and unique and fun about it. Alan's coming in to get some
Sauce.
Well,
some
we
sauce
talked
we're gonna
about.
try here in a little bit.
I asked him that question. I said, "So tell me about the process of you making these blends. Like, is it go through this? You create it, then you got to send it through a sensory panel." He's like, "We just kind of have a couple guys that I trust their palates, and we kind that have been here for 40 years and 30 years, and old school bourbon guys and women that work there, and I love the informality of that discussion. Like, it really isn't that complicated. If you get some people with some good palates, you can figure out a good blend.
You can make
Yeah.
some
Well,
good
he brought up
Yeah.
the point is like, people search for these bourbons that have like a particular unique flavor or an element to it. He says, we make a lot of bourbon here. We're trying to make bourbon for everybody, that everybody can drink and just go to it.
Yeah.
We could make bourbon that satisfies 1%, but then only 1% of the public is buying it.
Yeah.
We're trying to make bourbon that 99% of people want to drink.
Right.
And I just thought that was a really insightful,
Yeah.
kind of viewpoint. It was like, that does make a lot of sense. Now, I really appreciated that Ian thought that our palates were, good enough to be able to try some of these
Yeah,
things.
I was
Yeah.
very grateful that he let us try those.
He
Yeah.
brought out something
Including the special.
Oh, yeah,
very
go
special.
for it, yeah.
So he couldn't tell us what it is. He couldn't tell us like what the purpose is. He made some insinuations, some hints. He talked about, the Penelope brand and how they, bought that because the brand is so recognized. And he said, we're getting a lot of recognition as MGP, like as a company and as a brand that makes good whiskey. And we think maybe there's the possibility of profiting on that and being able to actually have a brand out there that relates closer to MGP. Does
Yeah.
that mean that what we tasted, which he brought out and allowed us to taste, asked us our thoughts on it, is it going to be a bottle that in 26 you see MGP bourbon?
We
Maybe.
hope so.
We hope so.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of. You guys tell me if you thought differently, but I thought
No.
that's kind of what he was saying.
Yeah.
I thought that's where he was leaning to. Yeah. He couldn't actually say it. And honestly, They haven't even made the decision what to name it yet.
Or to even 100% release it. They
Yeah,
said they're
exactly.
considering a new line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know the mash bill. We didn't know the proof. We didn't know anything about it other than we tasted it, and it was great. It was really good, and I think it's going to be a hit.
Rob said
I think so.
bitter orange peel right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah.
Which immediately just always drives me to 1920. Like
Yeah.
Old Forester 1920. It was not
It
Old
wasn't, yeah.
Forester 1920, but
It was so good.
It had some nice similarities, and that is such a good bourbon. If they release that under the MGP name, I said, man, if this is like a $50 to $60 price point,
Yeah.
this thing's gonna fly off the shelf.
And
Always, yeah.
we've noticed as we tasted these three to start off with, like there's similarity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, let's say, at least with the Remus Repeal Reserves, the highest rye kind of stands out.
Yeah,
on its
that,
own.
that one's a
Agreed.
little different, but
But that what we tasted was not on profile with any of these. Like it was just a really good bourbon.
Yeah.
So Cody's on fire today. He's having some great questions.
Yeah.
Good.
So thanks for paying attention, Cody. He said, not sure if there are different variations, but he tried some Penelope Project X and regrets not buying that bottle. There are different variations. There's the Oloroso Sherry, there's the PX Sherry, and then the Oloroso and Cognac.
So I think it's the
I've
same,
only tried the Cognac one.
Yeah.
So
that's
those are
the
all
one
the
I've had.
same distillate, but they're just finished differently.
Finished
right?
in different
Yeah.
casks,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yes,
Roll-
different variations.
Roll In has one that's either Oloroso or
Yeah, if you see one, grab them because like
another.
They're really
I-
good.
Pedro
we even
Jimenez
saw 'em-
Sherry,
Where
yeah.
did we go? We went to Wisconsin. We went to some liquor store looking for something, and they had one of the cognac finished ones for like $48 or something.
Yeah.
Like,
They're not expensive.
they're not
Yeah.
super
No.
expensive, yeah. And it's a cool bottle. It's like all black with like white plain text, and it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it tasted great. I haven't tried the sherry one. Would be interested to try that one because I like sherry cast.
Yep.
But
So I just
Cognac
had a
was
sherry
good.
cast yesterday.
Penelope one or
No, it was at the back of my cabinet. I don't remember which one it was now.
All right, I'm going to get into the
Thomas H.
seven.
Moore, maybe?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start
Yeah.
pouring the 7. Let's get another sponsor message in here real quick.
all right. Then we'll talk about some statistics.
Calling all dog lovers, say hello to Spencer Lee's, offering freeze-dried pet treats, crafted with care and bursting with flavor. Spencer Lee's treats are the ultimate reward for your four-legged friend. Made from single ingredients and freeze-dried to perfection, these treats are packed with all the goodness your pup craves. Be sure to visit Spencer Lee's on Facebook or Instagram for updates and website information. Thank
Thanks,
you, as
Spencer
always, to
Lee's.
Spencer Lee's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All their proceeds go to dog rescue.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
So,
We fund dog stuff.
yep, absolutely.
And we have it here in the shop.
Yes.
Yes,
So when
there's
you're in
there's
here, it's
treats
top
over there,
shelf right
some
above the
leashes.
shutters.
So real quick, I'll talk about it because we're in close to Pendleton. There is a house that was purchased, 8 acres, private home, it's private property, zoned agriculture. This family that owns a business in Indianapolis, forget the name, it's K9 something LLC. I'll look it up and get back to you on that. They are wanting to open a kennel at their home on their private land that is out of city limits. So this is not someone that is breeding Frenchies to sell for $900.
Right.
This is a family that wants to do boarding, training,
yeah.
dock diving. It's like a pet suites thing. They have
Yeah.
the land. All they want to do is build a giant barn and do more.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% for that. One, so a street away from us. So that's awesome. Otherwise, our dogs love training, and they like to have something to do. So this place is called, what is this?
I can't read it. That's their name.
Oh, their business name is called
Exactly.
Irukanji Dog Care and Boarding. That is who the deeded owner is. But
Okay.
it's not that. It is K9 something LLC in Indianapolis. I got to look that one up. Jen Steele and the
Kanji
barbecue.
sounds like
Irukanji.
somebody Alan would know that would be using them for ingredients.
Alan's
even
not paying
listening.
attention.
Ba-dum-bum.
I was trying to get him back in. He's just in his phone.
He's on
I'm so
phone.
sorry.
Yeah.
Irukanji.
What?
Are those? Is that your people? Oh, no. He said the Korean barbecue one. That's hilarious. No. So, anyways, they want to open a kennel. They're having a hearing 10/28. I think that's what, Tuesday. Don't know where. Don't know when. But
Probably up in
Get
Madison
behind it.
County and Anderson.
probably Madison County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not in town.
Yeah. Sure. Why not? So that'll be cool. I mean, I think it's going to happen either way. It's private property. They're doing what they want. They bought the place to specifically do that.
Yeah.
Look, they're out of city limits. Like, just who cares?
Let 'em do
Madison
what
County
they're doing,
pretty much
yeah.
lets you do
Yeah.
most whatever you want.
And I figured
Well,
the hearing
and
would go, we want to do this. Okay, cool. Who's opposed?
Well,
Well, never mind. Doesn't matter.
You're exactly right, though. I mean, this is not like they're gonna have 1,000 dogs out there in kennels just barking.
No,
that
they're going to have
there's
25 kennels.
They're
like I
gonna
said.
they're gonna take care of the dogs. They're actually gonna train. It's gonna be for training. It's
Yeah.
gonna be actually a purpose, not just housing a bunch of dogs out there that they're just gonna be puppy
I
milling.
can already tell you, they got 2 beautiful bull terriers because I've seen them walking.
Oh.
They are insanely
That's awesome.
beautiful dogs.
Spuds McKenzie and the Target.
100%.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I want to go over there and just knock on their door and be like,
Yeah, you should.
what do you need?
You
Can we
should.
come over and play?
Yeah.
Let me, yeah. Can we play?
By the way, you guys got into this whiskey yet?
Can
This-
Mr. Irukandji come out and play?
I
Yeah,
have
I
tried
Totally,
this.
totally different on this one. I get on the palate. I'm getting more like a molasses and black cherry.
I am getting
Oh,
a
that
slight,
is insane
slight
notes.
dusty kind of note
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
almost getting like a really tart fruit.
This is the best finish of the Remus line.
So
that we
this is
tried.
5?
The Remus repeal.
This is 5 or
This is
6?
7.
7.
Seven.
Okay.
We
yeah.
skipped. We had 4, 5, and now I don't have 6.
Don't have 6.
I
Okay.
don't know why.
7. We got 8, and then
I was
Anybody
asleep
wants to donate
that
a
year.
bottle to complete his collection?
Yeah, we need a
Wow.
6.
We need 6.
Oh, I see that little dustiness in there. Yeah.
It's nice though. It's not
It
like
is.
a bad dusty. It's like a nice little kind of, I don't know. It just kind of makes you think a little bit old timey.
Yeah. Oof. Man, that's great.
So I don't know, man. Like, let's wrap up the MGP because we got a couple other
Yeah, we do.
definitely things to talk
Yeah,
about.
I got to talk
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance and you are a bourbon guy that understands the distillation process well enough that, you know, whether you've been around a moonshiner or you've somehow you know about some of the more technical side of it. This, if you can get a tour, it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
If you are a bourbon newbie or you're a bourbon collector but you're not really into kind of the process side of this tour is not for you,
no.
right? So
No, pull up episode 177 on MGP on Final Third Podcast.
right,
Amen.
right. That's
Yeah.
that's all you need. So it was amazing. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
Yeah.
it was incredible.
Yeah.
We were all overwhelmed, and in a good way.
A great
It was
way.
one of those things where every turn you learn something else, and you saw it at such a scale you'll never see it again. We'll never go to another distillery and see anything like that ever again in our life.
Well,
Yeah.
any final
Well,
thoughts?
I was going to ask Chloe to come over here because Chloe, she's getting into this whole game, right? I just want to see what if she had any thoughts.
so close.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. Almost.
So, hey, Chloe,
We're still there.
Did you have any thoughts like about what you saw and you're getting kind of newer into this whole bourbon thing, and what did you think?
It was pretty phenomenal. I went into it with absolutely no idea what to expect, other than being told it's like the Willy Wonka factory for whiskey,
Whiskey,
bourbon.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, so this is an exclusive thing to be excited about. Okay.
Playground.
Go in with an open mind. I understood maybe a third of what the guy was talking about, but I mean, the proof was there in front of you, seeing screens and screens filled with things that I had no clue what any of it meant. It looked like I was looking at rocket science, but yeah, it was really cool. I think I found one of my favorite bourbons there.
Yeah.
That Remus 8-year? Was it 8 year, 7 year, something like that? It was
8
like the first one
The
we
Remus
tried.
version 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Remus 8-year.
Eight
Yes.
year, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was one of
was
the first
it
ones we
was
tasted. Yeah.
amazing, and I was like, oh, and it was the first one we tried. So then everything after that, I was like almost comparing it to it. I'm like, well, they're all different. So
high rye.
The
Oh, we,
highest
we had a Remus 8-year too.
no,
there.
it was the
yeah.
8 year.
Yeah, we had both the high.
Was
We
the
had, I
high-
think the
high
highest.
rye?
Did we start with the highest rye, or did we start with the 8-year?
Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe 8-year, and then we went to highest rye.
Might
Yeah,
have been,
maybe. But no, it was
Yeah.
really, really cool. And I've only been to one other distillery before, and that was a much smaller scale in comparison. But
Whiskey Acres.
Whiskey
Right, yeah.
Acres. It was really cool. And then going into one of the MGP rig houses, it was infinitely different. But yeah,
A
I really
favorite
enjoyed
part?
it.
A favorite part of the tour?
Favorite part? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. It was all just like all new experiences. Like, going into what was it? The rye buildings, whatever they were. You walk in and it just smells like bread. It smelled amazing.
Oh yeah.
I could tell you
Yeah.
my least favorite part
Probably the mash
Oh.
area.
was climbing
Climbing
20
the
million
stairs.
flights of stairs to get to the top of something. And then we literally
Yeah.
turned around and walked right down.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
Scott walking up all those stairs. He's like, "Where's the elevator?"
We,
Yeah.
I was gassed at the top. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Is
was
this not
also,
handicapped accessible?
I was also dying
Definitely
at the fact
not.
seeing
Lisa and I were
Scott
both our
talk.
knees were like, oh yeah. When I
Yeah.
geeked out, yeah.
The guy had no clue a question that Scott had asked, and so then he's like, "Well, let me go take you to someone that can answer your question." We walk in a room, guy has no clue what's going on, but he's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, this guy has a question for you," and he geeked out for like it was maybe 10 minutes max.
Maybe. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I could have gone on for 3 hours," and we were all just standing there like,
They all start leaving the room. Like I'm in front and I'm
Everyone's
talking, and
slinking
all of a
out.
sudden I'm like, "There's nobody else."
Slowly edging out of the room. That's all
I'm like,
we all
"Man,
did.
I'd love to talk to you for longer, but I better catch up with the tour.
"Yeah."
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we're
great.
cool. Well, we got
Well,
you had
yeah.
a good time.
Thanks, Chloe. That's
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
that was
I mean,
all the guys that are in charge of the control systems, and because I'm in IT for my day job, I've had a lot of experience in factories and how they manage all that and what the software.
Lisa,
like we need to do it
Lisa
again.
recorded some of it, so we're going to actually try to get that to see if there's any gems that we forgot to talk about.
Sweet. Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's
that's
talk
great.
about statistics.
Let's move on. Yeah, So last week, I know we were talking a little bit about states and countries and things that the podcast has reached, and I don't know if I brought up that what I was giving statistics on was for a week's time. So I changed the parameters on the report, and I can only do it for 24 months, which is still good.
Yeah.
That's most of the time.
That's most of the time.
yeah.
Yeah, minus like 9 months, but early months weren't as prevalent anyways. So, but for a 24-month span, including up to current, now 33 countries. We had a Taiwan this week.
Nice.
awesome.
Dude, I would like to. Alan's freaking out.
Alan's over here fist open.
My people.
Alan texted his
Represent.
cousin, and now he's listening in Taiwan. So we had 33 countries. We're in 42 states. The states are kind of insane because we're missing a few. One of them is Idaho, which is just blowing my mind because Walter's here now.
what the
Walter's
hell?
here
So
now.
Walter has 0 friends in Idaho. Montana's on that list.
Come on, all you Yellowstone
Arkansas, Vermont, and Maine. Who else are we missing?
I've got an Arkansas connection. We'll get Arkansas.
We don't have any in Puerto Rico either. That's weak.
What?
Yeah, that's weak, dude.
Well,
We'll get it.
They're
We'll get
drinking
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
They are,
Yeah, yeah.
But this week on the states, we added Wyoming, Wisconsin, and Mississippi, so that's cool.
Well, we might get another country because Keith is getting ready to go back to Spain.
He's going to Spain.
I
So
was
let me
gonna say,
see.
did we ever
Really
get
get
Spain?
Spain?
Because
Let's see.
I thought
Yeah,
we
we
had-
have
All right.
one in Spain.
All right, so that
That's
one in
Keith.
Spain.
That's probably
That's
Keith.
Keith.
He's probably
Yeah,
listening
Keith,
to the
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Keith, tell your friends.
Yeah.
So it's we'll break this down by country real quick. United States, obviously the most.
Yeah.
In not so close second, Singapore.
Well, that's the old guys over there looking
Yeah.
for wives.
In the U.S., obviously Indiana is the highest. A second, take a guess.
Second?
I can see it, so I can't.
Well,
say
I'm going to
anything.
guess Ohio, but
That's not a great guess.
No, hold on.
I'll say Georgia.
Bad.
No, I'm going to say
The darker is the higher, right?
something
Missouri.
obscure like Alaska.
No.
Who would be your guess had you not seen the screen?
Honestly, I probably would have gone with a neighboring, like Kentucky or Tennessee.
Yeah, somewhere close, right?
Yeah.
Which, like, they're like 5th or 6th. So Kentucky is like 6th. The second most
Wait.
downloads.
Texas.
Nope.
Nope. Who?
California.
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 California. One, probably because you can't smoke anywhere there.
That's true.
So everyone wants to learn about cigars.
There's also a crap ton of people there.
Yeah, there's so many people there. So in 3rd is Virginia, 4th is Florida, 5th is Illinois, 6th is Kentucky.
The Virginia
Ohio's
kind
like
of surprises
second.
me.
Well, my
to be
brother and
Yeah.
sister-in-law live in California. Clearly, they're
Clearly
told
they're
their
telling
friends.
all
Tell
their
all their
of course.
friends.
At the very bottom with 1 is Wyoming because we added that this week. But
All right.
Nice.
so, but pretty cool. We got
we'll talk to
42
Walter,
states.
We'll get
That's
Idaho
cool.
on
Yeah,
there.
42 states.
We
so.
didn't capture anybody with Jim Beam pineapple with like Hawaii or
I think we lost 4 followers this week on YouTube.
Cody did comment that,
So it's
that
so
he's
funny
had to buy
because-
2 bottles for his wife now.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's hilarious. 2 weeks ago, we hit 600 on YouTube, so thanks to all the subscribers. to 605 to 612 to 608
That happens.
to 640. I'm like,
Who knows how
who
many
did we piss off
bots-
this week? Like,
Who knew
I
how
don't
many
know.
bots
That's
and
true,
stuff,
yeah.
All right, so
Probably
next
the new
week's
intro
Jim
song.
Beam Cranberry.
it's the new intro
it's
song.
the new intro
yeah.
song, yeah. Well, and Cody made the comment. You mentioned him. Cody made the comment. He's like, yeah, I don't know if you guys ever watched Game of Thrones, but there's this one scene where this girl's walking naked down the middle of the street, and all the other women are yelling, shame, shame. He's like, that's what I felt like when I had to go in and buy my second bottle of Jim Beam pineapple for my wife and I. Like, that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you know we're growing obviously. If you have questions or anything, message the podcast page, Final Third
Yeah.
Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
Email is finalthirdpodcast at finalthird.com. Shoot us an email. Ask us questions.
Cool.
What do
Yeah.
you want us to try? Is there something that you want us to smoke, drink?
Or if you're
Food,
a distiller or anything
sauce,
like that,
yeah.
and want us to come out there.
If you have
We'll hit the
cigars
road.
that we don't have here, or something that is unique that maybe you found, you can
Yeah.
ship cigars here to the lounge.
Yeah, we'll smoke one on the show and
them on
talk
the
about
show.
them.
Ship
Yeah.
them here. Tell
Yep.
us what they are. We can try to acquire them, get them here, see what they are,
Yeah.
put them out there.
Yep.
Yep,
Ba-da-da,
absolutely.
ba-da-da.
Yeah.
Sports news.
Go.
Nothing
Pacers
happened.
suck.
Nothing happened.
Ouch.
Man.
They
The
look
fuel
so
still
good.
suck, too.
They look so good that first game.
Look, they don't suck. They're
They don't.
finding
They're
their feeding
good.
because Jenny Busick had her interview. She's the assistant coach. Had an interview at halftime last night. She said it perfectly. There's a lot of combinations on the floor that have not played together. They practice all the time, obviously, but have not played real-time game
Oh, it's like
minutes.
gameplay and practice are two different things.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So they're finding their footing.
Yeah.
The 100%. Playing longer than they're used to.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Matherin.
yeah.
Obviously, Nimhard hurt his shoulder the other day.
Doesn't help when you go into
Um,
double overtime.
Dude. Did
Not that
OKC
it-
win yesterday, like right out? I forgot to look at their scores. We were
I
talking
didn't
crap
see.
the other day after we lost. So their first two games went to double overtime. They, of course, won those two. But we were all joking in the office saying, like, what if that was their punishment for winning last year was every single game
Every
this
game.
year goes to
They
double
got to play
overtime.
extra.
They'll probably win
Yeah.
every game, but, like, every game goes to double OT. And then they're just
Yeah.
really tired the next day.
Yeah.
Joke's
Well,
on you.
look, we got a lot of good Indiana sports right now.
Yeah, we
right?
do.
I mean, the Hoosiers.
yeah, I use 7-0.
First
8-0.
time, I saw this, I think, last night. The first time since like 2017 that a team has won 2 games in conference by more than 50 points.
And they've got 3 now total this season.
But 2 that they've only
2
won
in
by 50
conference.
or more in conference. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then one that they won outside.
One they went
of
outside.
conference.
Yep. Yep.
And the last team to do that was 2017 Clemson, who won the national championship.
Yep. Yep.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff going on. I mean,
Unfortunately, not a great start for the Pacers, 0-2 right now, but they'll play again in a couple days, and you know we're home on the 31st, which is Halloween, and then the 1st, and then the following Monday, the 3rd. So we
turns
got
out the
3
Indy
home
Fuel
games.
do know how to score goals.
They do.
They scored 4 last night and were winning 4-3 and allowed a goal with 5 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, you can't
And
do
then
that, man.
lost in overtime.
Yeah, that
so,
sucks.
Yeah, just.
So
that's lots
obviously, maybe a rebuilding year, maybe not necessarily a
Well,
rebuilding
it's definitely
year.
a
Just
restructuration.
Yeah, we'll
changes
see.
in the organization.
The organization's
changes in
changing quite
there's,
a bit.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of
a
general
lot going on.
fan dissatisfaction
Yeah.
right now.
And guess what? It's not about whiskey.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not,
true.
For once.
It's not about
That's
the whiskey
true.
selection.
Yeah.
Somebody listened.
So here's the question. Question of the week for Scott. Scott specifically.
Oh,
Would you rather have a good team that wins every game or a great whiskey that you can get while watching your team suck?
man.
I know my answer.
I mean, at least if I got the whiskey, I care less about the sucking if
That's
once I
fair.
get to the second and third period, right?
I'd just sneak in my own whiskey
Yeah.
and let the team win.
They have the beer.
Look, it's
That's
yeah,
true. They
here's
do have
the
the
thing
beer.
is it's ECHL, so your team changes all the time because players are being called up and being sent down. It's not that I necessarily expect them to win all the time. I just want an entertaining product.
Yeah.
I want to go there. I want to hear Chelsea dagger. I want to pump my fists. You know, I want to have fun at the game. And when you're just getting your ass kicked, it's
Yeah.
not fun, right? You can deal with the losses, and we've generally been about a 500 team
Yeah.
since the inception of the team. Especially being in Fishers now, people are going to go to 3, 4, 5 games for the most part, right? That's kind of the crowd
Just
that
something
they're
else to
playing
do.
to. They have 100 and some odd thousand people just in the city of Fishers
Yeah.
to pull from for people coming to games.
For sure.
They're always going to sell 4,000 or 5,000 tickets on a weekend, right? Any weekend game, that's going to be normal. 6,500 is about a sellout.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just got to be entertaining.
Yeah.
I'd love to say, hey, I want to be a huge super fan, and I am. I'm a big fan of the fuel, but
Yeah.
I'm also a realist and know, it's ECHL.
Yeah. Well, in the last game, it was more entertaining. At least it got more entertaining. Lombardi had a really good game.
Yeah.
And they actually came back and tied it up, and then gave up that last goal in overtime.
Yeah, I think if I
Screwed 'em,
was a season ticket holder to the Pacers or the Colts, my answer would probably be a winning team. Right?
Yeah.
You're the top tier. You're spending money to get players, right?
You're at that level too. It's a different level.
It's a different
Yeah.
level, right? At AA hockey, I mean that's like going to an Indians game. When's the last time the Indians won the championship? I don't know. I don't even
Yeah.
know what league they're in. I don't care. You can go there on a nice Tuesday afternoon
Yeah.
in the
Have a
summer,
great time.
drink beers, have a great time. Maybe they win, maybe they don't. Whatever. It's a good game. It's a AAA team,
So-
right?
Senior whale shit.
I wanted to
hockey.
get your guys' take on the
Yeah.
president of the Fuel stepping down this week.
Crazy.
What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's great, except for who took over in the place of it.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
Nepotism.
a
No,
Hallett. So
Look, I'm going to be
It is.
brutally honest with you, okay? I think that Jim Hallett started the team, and that was fantastic. I love that he brought hockey back to Indianapolis. I don't think that he was ever, driving towards creating a great team. I think that he's probably done well enough financially that he wanted it to be financially successful, but it wasn't like the end of the world. I think now that his son is running it, the objective has nothing to do with creating a good hockey product.
No.
I think it's all the dollars.
Money,
and
money,
that's
money.
it.
Money, money,
Everybody
money.
knows that the ECHL, the Indy Fuel, are the most expensive team
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Not in terms of how much we pay the players, in terms of the merchandise, the ticket prices, the
Yeah.
beer prices.
well, 99% of it went to
You're
their
not
open
getting
video.
anything as a season ticket holder. There is zero benefits other than the price of the ticket. That's
Yeah.
it. There is nothing else out there. They don't do anything special. I go to a St. Louis Blues game, and you're in the front two rows, which are usually season ticket holders, and I buy an aftermarket ticket, and there's like a whole buffet with an open bar, right?
There you go.
A season ticket holder. You go up to Kalamazoo, they have lines that are season ticket holder lines only for beer and food, and you get like a 15% discount, right?
Yeah. Dang.
That's a fan's environment right there.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, I'm sure that they don't listen, but Sean Hallett, you got to do better.
Yeah.
You got to do better or do something else
Well, we'll
and
tag
leave
him
it
in
to
it.
somebody else.
Well, if the Hallett family wants to sponsor the podcast, you can do whatever you want. So,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
We'll talk about how
Yeah.
great you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's a great guy.
If you want to pay us for it, we'll absolutely. We can be hoard out.
Just send us the script. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All right, what's our next pour? We need
All right,
another
we
one.
need to do
Yes, we do.
Remus 8, right?
Yeah. I can't read
Now
that
we're
one.
to the
so
8.
it's on somebody else.
So while he's getting to that, obviously it's unfortunate the Pacers started 0-2, but they are not considering this a rebuilding year. We're just trying to figure it out. So
Yeah,
they'll
I
get
think
to
they'll
it.
get there.
Dude, it's fine. Look at last year. We did not start very hot last year.
Hey,
But before December, we were not a great team.
we also know
But then it started clicking.
the Colts are still not getting any respect
Oh, 100%.
at all.
No. And they're-
Anywhere.
and they're
You know
still
all they
number
were
one
talking about
league.
today with the Ravens being 1-5? They were like, yeah, we've seen plenty of teams that had 1-5 make it to the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not that the Colts are leading the, country.
Yeah.
No.
So,
But they're top in the league right now.
yeah, it's insane.
They're
So
top in the league in almost every
yeah.
single offensive stat.
today,
out there,
Colts play Titans at 4:25 at home.
which probably shouldn't be much of a game. You'd
yeah,
certainly
I
hope
shouldn't
it's
be.
not.
you would
No.
think not. I mean, Titans have their issues with injuries this month too. So, yeah, I mean, Shavarius Ward's still out, right? Is he still out, or is he back this week?
I do not know.
He's still out.
He's still
Yeah,
out.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
I
concussion.
I think he's
for a
got
couple
2
weeks.
IRs, a minimum 4 games. You
Oh,
got to
okay,
sit out.
okay.
So.
I jokingly commented the new Indiana trend is to have the stronger
Thank you.
injured reserve
Stronger
list
IR, yeah.
than the starting lineup.
Yeah, Fever did it,
And then
Pacers
I feel,
are doing it.
I feel like it's
yeah.
actually coming to fruition.
Well, it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that yesterday Talon Peter went out. Groin injury, I guess, strained his groin somewhere in the second quarter.
No.
But again, he's one of those guys. Like he's getting,
They're starting with great product because it's great distillate, but getting better and better at the.
Yeah.
And Ian's been there. He said 20 years.
Yes.
And moved up through the
Something like that,
ranks to then become a master blender. So
Yeah.
I don't know at what point he kind of came into doing these, but obviously he's got a lot of talent.
Well, when he started, Greg Metz was the master distiller there. Greg Metz left and went on to run Old Elk and become the
Oh,
master
man.
distiller for Old Elk. So when Greg left, Ian kind of went into that role.
Well, and one of us asked Ian, were you overwhelmed coming into this place? And he said, no, not really. He came out of a manufacturing world, a big manufacturing
I think
world.
gas manufacturing plant.
So he's like, no, it really wasn't overwhelming, but he didn't have a background in distilling at that point. So it's like for him to come in there and actually didn't get overwhelmed. I could see a distiller going there just completely being overwhelmed.
But in the same breath, he did say, I'm still learning, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
learning every day.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
that's-
everybody in that industry should be feeling like they're learning something new
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
And for them to admit that is strong, because if somebody goes in with almost like a narcissistic, like I know everything and nothing's going to grow.
Yeah, and it'll
Yeah.
show at the end
And
result.
when
yeah.
somebody comes in and they're just like, no, look, this is what I'm bringing to the table, but every single day something new happens or I learn something new to make the product better, that's a huge statement.
But the innovation, as we've seen this change,
Yeah.
I'm very happy with where they're going.
yeah.
Quick bit, how did it change the cigar?
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah.
I think
Moment of silence.
all of these 100% have affected the cigar in different ways.
Spicy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kicked up the
big time
original a
spice.
lot.
Yeah, I think we're getting back towards that like cayenne spice
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we usually find that the sweeter whiskeys will bring out the
Bring
spice.
out more spice.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this week. Obviously, MGP was a Monday,
Yep.
big day. Tuesday,
Do you
Rob and
remember
I
it?
did a little, what we recall, we were
Yeah.
down at Kilroy's in
Kilroy's
Broad
and Broad
Ripple.
Ripple.
Oh, yeah.
For their first ever barrel release, Blanton's Gold single barrel
Yeah.
that Kilroy's picked. They had a great event. It was
How
a
awesome is
ticketed
that?
event, but for the event, you got open barbecue buffet with Kilroy's breadsticks, lots of good sides, three pours of Buffalo Trace products. You had Weller 12, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and Eagle Rare single barrel.
Yep.
And you walked out with your own bottle of Blanton's Gold. It was
Yeah.
it was a packed house. The staff did a great job, I thought. They were a little overwhelmed because they're not used to catering to that many people, I think, there, except maybe on weekends. And I think that it was a little,
little too much food.
well, I mean,
Not enough.
they were struggling with that a little bit in the beginning part because everyone kind of mass descended on the buffet
Sure.
at once. They did a great job.
They did, yeah. And it was kind of nice, too, because I'm sure the bartenders were happy because they were probably doing pours and a bunch of old fashions. So it's probably a little bit easier on the bartenders than the servers because servers were just buzzing around the room doing their thing. But it was a closed event, and they had the entire place full. So
That's
good,
awesome.
good
And-
job on
and-
Kilroy's creating this. It was amazing, amazing.
They're
event.
they're at the game. They're at the table now in the sense that they just realized, wow, we can get some really good allocations. So they are already in the stages of planning a lot more events.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
really
awesome.
excited. They're only going to get better.
Yeah.
And they're going to do a great job. And it's close by. Great value for what you got, I thought.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing what they release and what kind of events they have in the future.
Same
Oh,
here.
we
That's
look forward
awesome,
to those videos at 10 and 11 o'clock at night. Too.
Yeah.
It was
Rob
fun.
and Dave going
That
on
was
lit.
yeah. Rob and Dave had a really
They
good
did
time.
have a
Yeah,
good
we
night.
sure
They had
did.
a lot
Yeah,
of
that was a
fun.
good night. Yeah.
I'll add to that we know that our friend Antonio over at Hacienda Vieja here in Pendleton,
Yep.
he gets access to a lot of Buffalo Trace because that's the tequila that he buys is
Yep.
from Sazerac. And he mentioned he's going to have 2 barrel picks coming up in 2026.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to him and see if we can work with him on maybe doing a similar type launch event
Yeah.
over at Hacienda Vieja.
Yeah.
But listen again to everybody in the community. Like, support these venues because they're doing great things. Kilroy's, Half Liter does a great job with their bourbon dinners. I love those. It's just fun to see them and get to go try and meet different people, meet new people, get to see old faces I don't get to see a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the bourbon community was there, and it was a lot of fun to chit chat with people. So.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome, man. It sounded like a great time. I didn't make it to that one either, but I had a busy week. So,
So then, was it yesterday?
yesterday,
Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday you went to West Fork?
Yeah. So Logan, Bearded Bourbon, he's been on the show with us here before. He actually invited Will and I to go on to the pick with them, and it was a group out of Ohio.
Yeah, so it was
doing the tape.
Dave first, and
Thank
he
you.
has a company called the DF Effect, which is in conjunction with Reese Johnson. Reese runs a new business called Media Matters, which is a marketing company here in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
They've teamed together. They're working together. Two entrepreneurs. A lot of energy between those two guys. They were charged up. This was their first barrel pick.
Yeah.
And this was Dave kind of running the barrel pick. Very fun day getting to do a barrel pick with those guys. You know how it is when you go on your first barrel pick. It's so exciting, and you taste one thing and you like it, and then you go to the next and you're like, oh, I love that one. Then you go to the next, oh, I love that one. And Alex with West Fork was just drilling into barrels that we wanted to try. I think we tried 2 wheated bourbons, a really corn-forward bourbon, high corn mash, and then we did a high rye. And then we got into a Hugh Hamer line, a finished oak or finished rum cask that was good but too young to pick. It was still too young. And then what was the crazy one we tried? It was a triple oak.
Triple oak that went in a Chardonnay barrel.
Finished in a Chardonnay barrel, then dumped and put into a
Stout barrel.
stout barrel.
Oh.
13 years.
Should.
It was
It-
crazy.
Yeah, we didn't know what to do with it. I mean, it was one of those things like, yeah.
And I love Alex's.
Was
like,
there a lot of complexity to that one? Because you'd think that it
It's
would
like
just
molasses.
It was
I was gonna say,
it was a
there's so many
weird
different-
complexity.
It
was very weird.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
We were trying to think of what they could do with that barrel to maybe bring it back to a more balanced notes, because you could taste the Chardonnay and you could taste the stout. It's like those don't go together. So we're trying to figure out, other than maybe throwing it in a heavy toasted barrel for a year, I don't know what's going to do with it.
So-
but it's already 13 years old, so I don't know what else you
yeah,
do.
I don't know what else blended.
Amberana,
It might be already too far. Yeah.
So, but a cool thing we did. So as we
there went
tasted,
2 more followers.
yeah, as we tasted through the barrels, we all migrated to one barrel for the most part.
Yeah.
But we had 2 more that we liked, so we were like, okay, let's blind them, right? Let's take them, let's clear our palates, let's go to the education room,
Clean slate. Yep.
blind them. Guess what? That number 2 barrel that we really all loved in there didn't win.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In fact, it
It
was
was
probably
actually
my
probably-
third favorite of the
It was.
blind,
It
yeah.
was mine too. Yeah. I was surprised. I figured we'd either go with that high
And it-
rye or the one that we thought number 2 barrel, and
So
it was number 3 barrel.
to that point, like when you're doing a barrel pick, especially like that barrel had a tight vacuum seal on it. Didn't have a lot of air in it. So once a lot of air got to it, a lot of notes popped out that I didn't really particularly care for. Heavily grained kind of forward note. These are 5-year weeded bourbons. So, with a weeded bourbon, age is its friend. And when they get too young, they're going to have that grain essence is going to really
Stand out.
And with air hitting that, it just took time, but it kind of reared its, I don't want to call it its ugly head, but it reared its young head.
Profile,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we went with a second weeded that was really solid and definitely more complex, definitely better fruit notes. But again, like, I think it's a good kind of exercise. When you think you've got something, just reset,
Take a
blind
step
them.
back
A lot of
and do it
times it'll
again.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 questions. One, did you guys get to try the green Oaxacan?
No.
Did you make it to that one?
We didn't get
Dang.
to try that one.
Man.
But we got even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got
Talk
the
about it.
Korean barbecue finish, bro.
Talk
They've
about
not yet
so-
released Korean barbecue. The only 50 bottles of Korean finished barbecue
Yeah.
bourbon.
So
And-
I cracked the bottle, smelled it. It was dirty, wet, stinky feet.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'd have called it that.
No. I'm talking about just the bottle when it was all condensed, really tight.
yeah.
Once you got in the glass, it smelled more like Korean barbecue at that point.
Okay.
It was, I've never tasted anything like it. It was extremely unique, very funky, definitely a lot of umami. A lot, honestly, like if you want to, I've never called a soy sauce note in a bourbon, but there's
There
totally
was.
like that.
Oversalted. And
Just that, yeah. And I mean, that's all
So
from
this
the.
would be like if somebody's like really into the super funky sour beers, maybe something that they might be into.
it wasn't
just 'cause
so
the-
sour.
No.
Well, I'm not saying the sour. I'm
yeah.
just saying like the off profile that a sour can present, right?
I think
mean,
Will said
you
it
have, like-
right. Will said, "This is the bourbon you buy and you make sauces out of it."
Huh.
you're making a bourbon-based sauce. This is going to actually go
barbecue.
well
Put-
with a
put that
barbecue
on some
sauce or a
ribs
glaze or something like
and
that.
a sauce,
Yeah.
There you go.
and I'm good with it. And
Yeah,
like,
reduction.
look, man, there's 50 bottles.
Yeah, that's all they're gonna
And guess
have.
what? They're going to sell out probably an hour.
Yeah.
And of course,
And
this
then
is
don't
what
do it
West Fork
again.
does. And, what I love about it is, and I told this to Rob, I said, you
Yeah.
know what? At the end of the day, it's fun, man.
They're having a good time.
They're just
with it,
having
yep.
fun. People enjoy that. You're going to do a sriracha finish. You're going to do a Korean barbecue finish. Who the hell knows what they're going to do next?
Yeah.
But people are enjoying
Well, the thing,
doing that.
the
And
thing
I
with
think it's
those
cool.
is like they're not hunting to find like the next thing to like keep them alive, right? Like they're not hurting.
No,
They're,
yeah.
This is like you said, they're doing it for fun.
This is a
Like,
fun thing
They have
they're
their
doing,
staples.
yeah.
They have their shelfers. This is not that one. This
Right.
is one that they're doing
One-off.
to see what happens. Like,
Yep.
People are gonna.
I'm
buy
sure
it.
there was a
Like,
story behind it. Someone said
Has to
something
be.
stupid like, "Let's do it." You know?
I can't remember the name of the honey guy, but it's the same guy that is doing their honey and sriracha finishes. So, do you remember that guy's name? I can't remember the name of the honey, but
I don't know. I mean, you got Blake, you got Dave, you got Julian. I don't know. Alex is there. He's super knowledgeable.
yeah. But whoever makes the honey, he barrel ages the honey in the West.
Well, he
Fork
did a
barrel,
honey,
so-
he did a hot
and
honey.
then the
They've done a sriracha. They've done
Yeah.
something else, maybe like a papaya or something.
So now
like
they're
that, yeah.
aging the barbecue sauce in these barrels and then dumping the
dumping
sauce
them.
out.
Yep.
And then giving the barrels back to age the whiskey in the
Yeah.
barbecue barrels. So,
Correct.
Yeah,
I don't.
like,
He named who does the sauce.
I can't remember his
but I
name.
can't remember the name of him.
I don't either.
Well, we got one more bourbon to try.
we
oh
do.
yeah.
One last one here
try the
before we
last one
close
here.
out. We're a little.
Are we gonna do food now, or we want to do it on the members one?
We can do that on the
We can go
members
long. We talked
We
about
can
it
go
long.
along a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we want to try these sauces, right? We want everybody kind of understand what we got here.
Yeah. Well, let's do this last one, and then we'll get into some sauce and
Mike Bother,
And
our,
whiskey over
our
here.
producer, has managed to make some wonderful sauces.
Oh yeah, we got 3 sauces today.
I don't know, Alan, maybe you can get like a little bit of pulled pork or something that we can, I don't know, get
Tray it out for us, big dog.
Five trays there. And
Which one? This last one we just got? Okay, I'll get you some.
All right. So what is this one? This one is 9.
This is the
This is
Gatsby
Gatsby.
Reserve.
Gatsby
This is
Reserve.
a 15-year minimum. 15 years here. I want to say this is the 2023.
Everybody's lining up for this one.
All I see is
Everybody
everybody
wants
holding up like it's a cheers over
Can I
here
get some of
with
those?
empty Glens.
And this
Already a great
is
nose.
You give me a taste of it once, I'm gonna want it again. It's
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Well, and that's the thing is we did try the newest release coming up of the Gatsby. We talked about it earlier. This one is, which one is this? Is this 9 or not 9, 8?
No, the Gatsby Reserve is just every year released. They don't really know.
Oh, it didn't have the date? Okay.
I think this is 2023.
2022.
2022. Okay, I
A
couldn't
couple
remember
years back
that.
then.
This has a great nose.
yeah, it really does.
High nose is a
Go ahead and
little
walk over and
sweet,
Grab it. There you go.
but not like confectionery sweet. Man, it's like brown sugar.
Yeah.
But I get that sweet oak note too on it. Like I
Oh,
almost get like a grape note.
Definitely
the palate
grape
is
note.
the palate
That's a
is
heavy
so
one.
different.
Yeah, that's a heavy
Yeah,
one, isn't
this
it?
this is one that the palate I think to me is a little bit different from
The look of
the nose.
disappointment from the peanut gallery over there because the bottle didn't disappear.
Oh.
What's the
man.
proof on this one?
97.8 or something
Oh,
like that.
jeez.
Yeah.
It's under 100.
So this goes to show that, like, we always talk about we love high proofs and we're high proofers, and 125 plus is kind of our sweet spot. It's just, man, this goes to show that not everything needs to be 125 to 140.
No, not at all.
no,
You're
no,
right.
no.
It's
Some
got
of
a
these under
great
100,
spice
like,
finish.
yeah,
it does.
The finish is
It
amazing
sits-
on
you
that.
get
Sits on
that
your
hug,
tongue
you get a
and-
little bit of that.
The spice
you know,
almost makes you think it's a little higher proof
mouth
than what
watering.
it is.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but it's not in the chest. It's all in the palate.
No.
All the
It's all
palate,
the
yeah.
palate.
Yeah, it gives you that mouth watering in the back, the back corners. That absolutely comes through. I mean, that's fantastic.
That's a great.
That's a
blend.
good one.
That's a winner.
I see why you like this one.
I kind of hate the price point.
Well,
on
I
it,
hate
but
to
do
say
love
it, but
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say the price point is high, but at the same time, after tasting it,
It's kind of worth it.
I'd pay it.
it's good.
as good as this is,
and I'd hide that from my friends.
as good as this one is,
Yeah, yeah.
this year's 2025's release blows this one out of the
It's
water.
not even close. Not even remotely close.
So what is the price point on this?
It's around 250.
250-ish,
Okay.
yeah, I think. Maybe, I don't think it's 299.
So if you're looking for
a
Christmas
little higher,
presents for
but-
your bourbon drinker,
But I mean, in the 2025 release of this, you're going to have 15 years going to be on there, but you're going to have a lot of 17-year too.
Now, so are
Well, yeah, that was the one thing Ian said. Is like we always put kind of just an age statement on it that's like a round number.
Sure.
So he's not putting like 17, and they're not going necessarily for the lowest. He's like, yeah, that new Gatsby, I think we put a 15 on it, but it's like mostly 17.
Well, yeah, if you
18.
put
It's just kinda where
1%,
it
if you
falls.
put 1% of 15-year, you have to by law put it as the
Put it
lowest
as the
age.
And I
least,
didn't
yeah.
even get the feeling that
Yeah.
they were necessarily putting those lower ages. They just kind of said it's at least 15 years. Like
Yeah.
it's not like they put 15.
Well,
year
they
in it.
probably don't want to change the label either.
That's-
like
yeah.
Eagle Rare 17. A lot of times they'll be 18-year or 20-year, but they were not going to change the label.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pay per label on that
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, they're trying to stay within compliance, but also have something that is a staple for them. So is this is a regular release?
Annual release.
Annual
yeah.
Is this allocated? Is this
Highly allocated.
Highly
Yeah.
allocated.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
this
at
is
that
not one
price
that
Well,
you'll
I
find
shouldn't
at-
say highly allocated in the sense that,
It's not a total wine find.
like, I
No.
talked to Ray about this at Rural Inn this week because I'm like, hey, where are you going to get this? And he said, usually right around Thanksgiving, the end of November. He said, but when I get them, I just put them out. Like,
Okay.
he's not going to hold these back. He puts them out. I mean,
But for the rest of the Remus, you can find those.
oh yeah,
Liquor
Yeah.
Barn, Total Wine.
you'll find them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Total Wine may have last year's 8 out now.
So
I would say so,
and this
yeah.
is my perspective of this, but I feel like some of these Remus bottles are ones that you'll see at the store that you may not gravitate towards because you may not know what they are.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that you may not know that it's MGP, you may not know the profiles or anything like that. Like,
not sourced MGP.
Right, yeah.
MGP
MGP,
products.
right.
Yeah.
so, I think that's one thing to take away is to, if you see a bottle, obviously read it, but then just figure out what it is. Figure out how it goes. Oh, thank you. We got our trays of meat here.
All right, so
Bring that old sauce.
So
yeah, there
Alan-
you go.
Yeah, I want some of that old sauce first, and then I want to go to the
Alan
new one.
brought in some barbecue from Trax Barbecue. Thank
Shout
you,
out.
Alan. Appreciate it, and shout out to
We've
Trax.
got some pulled pork, some brisket, some sausage.
Yeah, and we got some wings and ribs that we'll have a little bit later too.
Heck yeah.
We'll have that on the
so
only
I
numbers.
don't think anybody else has transferred to the second cigar.
No, not yet.
I
Not
blew
yet.
through mine because I loved the way it retroed so much that I just kept going to it. I switched over to the Herencia by McAuliffe,
Yeah,
and this Gatsby and this Herencia is amazing.
Oh, thank you. This is the old, isn't
Yeah.
it? So I'm gonna do it on one side.
Yeah. We're quietly eating now.
yeah. So we're doing this because at the
Thank you.
might remember at the Colts game when we did the show from down there, Mike brought some barbecue sauce that he made, some high vinegar barbecue
High vinegar.
sauce.
Is this South Carolina or North Carolina, Will?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, North
so
Carolina.
North Carolina is the
Eastern North Carolina.
vinegar-based sauce.
Yeah.
So this one now has been aged for at least a week. It's a little thicker, not a lot, but a little thicker.
And this is white vinegar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this specific one was made with white vinegar. I also have another vinegar-based one that was made with the apple cider vinegar, and then we have what's the other one, Will? The mustard-based one.
That's the South Carolina.
South Carolina.
based, Yeah, Carolina mustard. But
Carolina
South Carolina,
mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you reach that? Almost. There you go. Stretch.
There we go.
All right.
So I also made a mustard-based one, which is one of the ones that I used to make, which was Gus's Gold sauce here. So, yeah, I mean they're all great sauces, but I got to go with this one because this one just kind of it aged well together. It brought a little bit more sweetness out.
It's so good.
It thickened up a little bit, which was great. Yeah,
It's delicious.
you got to get that one on there.
So
man.
good, so good.
I think the mustard will probably go the best with the sausage, but
Man, the tangy that you get from this heavy vinegar, it just goes so well with pulled pork. Like
It
vinegar
does,
to me,
yeah.
these vinegar sauces are always made for pulled pork. Like that's
so
what they're
the
the best.
the other difference too. So the other one is a little different. Shake it up because there's some stuff at the bottom there. Two main differences. This other one is made with apple cider vinegar and cayenne pepper. The first one was made with white distilled vinegar and chili powder. So, two completely different things. Obviously, one is a little older, but yeah, try that one too, because that one's.
I'm excited about this one because I love cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's definitely. I tasted it earlier, so good.
Oh man,
thank you.
Definitely.
I mean they're both great mixtures,
a
but
little thinner than the first one.
yeah, much thinner. Here, pass me that mustard. I'm gonna get some of that on my sausage.
Sausages.
I immediately prefer the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
But I'm a big apple cider vinegar
All right.
fan. Like,
but that's
for
the
me
thing is like I think maybe that one sits around for a week and ages a little more, get a little bit of thickness in
It's
there.
only going to get better. Yeah.
and I actually had it on the brisket, and it was.
So I don't like to use additives, but the only additive I think I would add to the apple cider one would be a little bit of pectin, just to thicken it up a little bit.
Okay.
Add a little bit of sweetness, but other than that, I mean, both of these I've made to be shelf stable
Try
for
it.
at least 6 months. So
So when I tasted it by itself, just on a spoon, it was definitely vinegar forward. But now with the meat, I think it works really well.
I think it does too.
Even on the brisket, man. Like,
Even though that's a fresh batch, I think I do like that one better.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
curious. Well, you tell me what you want. That's what I'm making you.
I want that one.
I think I'm with you. Yeah.
Not the other one. The other one was still fantastic. We're splitting hairs here, but
Man,
man,
the sausage though. The sausage with the mustard
You
sauce.
have to go with the mustard sauce
Yeah.
on the sausage.
oh,
Yeah, put some of that mustard.
that
one on
sausage
your
with
sausage.
that last sauce is actually great too.
Yeah, but the mustard just steps it up.
Look, I'll sell this.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, and a mustard barbecue sauce is not mustard in the way you think of typical mustard.
Nope.
So definitely, if you see this now, mustard.
No,
is,
it's very
is,
acidic.
Is South Carolina, right?
Correct.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, still too mustardy for me.
Really?
I like it, but I like it more than I like mustard. But I like the other one a lot better. But that is good with that.
Okay, the
pork.
mustard is fantastic with the sausage, but I actually like it with the brisket better.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
man.
going in for right
Yeah.
now. See what's like with
The
brisket.
smoke with the fattiness from the beef, which is, I mean, we've all had a good fatty steak before. It's perfect. It cuts through without being too aggressive. I feel like the vinegar on the two vinegar sauces would probably be a bit aggressive for the brisket. It's good, but just it kind of shades it. I feel like this actually elevates the brisket, which
So,
is
Mike,
what you're really hoping for. out
Are
of
you
the
gonna?
sauce.
Are you actually gonna start selling this, or just
I
like?
can to you guys.
Okay. Well, I just wasn't sure if you were.
So
This is
if-
gonna be something else you're gonna add to
No,
your
no.
list.
If you remember, this is how Spencer Lee started.
Yeah.
We were starting with the
That's
the
why I
beef
was
jerky.
asking that. Yeah.
So we started with the beef jerky, and then slowly realized that, holy crap, I got to get the USDA involved in this, and I got to get the government heavily involved in selling food products to the general public. It was way easier to sell dog treats, so we got into doing dog treats and kind of got away from the sauces and the jerky stuff. So, but if you guys want jerky and sauces, I got you. Shelf stable stuff. It's good. It'll last.
Yeah.
Just
We
can't
could probably
s-
have
just
these for
can't
like
sell it.
a members only event, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
good.
There you
Great
go.
job,
Another,
Mike. These
another
are
benefit
delicious.
on the members program.
Do a members only smoke out or something?
By the way, don't take the sauce away really fast today, because I'm gonna use it on my eggs later too.
Hey, there you go.
And thank you, Alan, for bringing in barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
so
so
much.
much.
Appreciate it, buddy.
So, upcoming events. Note that we do have Black Friday coming up.
Yes, and we are not having the charcuterie board on Black Friday.
There was some
we said
confusion
that.
on that. Yep.
It is on December 18th, 13th. December 13th is charcuterie board.
That's the
That is
ugly
the ugly-
Christmas sweater party.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've been saying that wrong. I think we've said it on the show a couple times wrong. We were wrong.
The charcuterie is not on Black Friday.
No.
That is adult daycare.
Yes.
Let the rest of your family members go out and do the shopping. Come into the cigar lounge, have a cigar, have a whiskey, and
We'll have
obviously
we'll have
sign up-
daycare snacks.
Yeah,
you know.
and ask about the members program because
Yes,
that's
definitely.
day one that you can sign up for the members
Open
program for
enrollment for the
2026.
2026
That
membership
does
program.
end January 31st. So
Yes.
it's not a year-round membership program.
Nope, you got a couple months to get in on it.
Yep, but that's it. And ask any of us for details.
Yeah.
You can get details here at the lounge on any of the membership benefits. And then the 13th for the ugly sweater. Do we have anything between now and then? I felt like we had at least one event coming up in
Anything else?
mid-November.
No. I don't think anything
We
is
kept
scheduled
talking
right
about
now.
a chili cook-off, and this is not.
Yeah.
This is not.
No, it's not me. You're the one setting up events.
Oh, man.
So
Rob and Lisa are going to start.
you just got to come up with a date, and we'll do it.
It may be kind of short notice, but hopefully we'll get a chili cook-off.
I mean, we could
had a good
always
time
wait and
last
do
year.
it like January when it starts getting really cold.
We could.
That way we have an early in
Keep
the
an eye out
year
for that
event.
one.
What? You don't cook your chili outside, do you guys?
Sometimes.
do you?
well-
Okay.
Mine was a campfire chili, so technically it does. You do cook it outside.
All right.
We'll
Well,
figure that out.
We'll figure
get
out a
back
date.
with
We'll
the
let you guys
details
know.
on that. But-
Yeah.
We could have a chicken wing cook-off.
Ooh.
So obviously, anytime you're in the lounge, you see any of us, you want to talk about MGP, you want to find out more about the West Fork event or Kilroy's or any of these things,
Hit us up.
Grab us.
Yeah.
Grab us and ask questions. We're always happy to talk about it. Yeah, I think that's about it for the show.
We do
Yep.
want to highlight that Thursday, October 30th, is the Halloween party here with Chloe doing that
yes.
special effects
Great
makeup.
call.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
I think she's
definitely
already
look
got
out.
a couple people wanting to have her do it. I know you said you wanted to have
did.
some stuff done.
Yeah.
She's going to do me up. So yeah, we're excited about doing that too.
All right. Anything else? Are we good?
I
think
think
we're
that's
good,
it for
man.
the main show.
Yeah.
I do
yeah.
have some
We got-
industry news. I don't know if we can play a clip or not from a news broadcast.
I'll
but
try it.
The some very brave teenagers decided to break into Castle and Key a couple weeks ago.
What? Well,
Yeah.
3 of the 4 broke
Yeah,
in.
bring up the
Yeah,
phone.
3 of the 4 broke in. The 4th guy apparently was
Castle and
still
Key Distillery and
Oh, here's
Oh,
an
and it froze.
and Wi-Fi.
And Verizon. Thanks, Verizon. Hold on, let's see if we can get it. Nope, that just mutes
less
it.
than pleasant
There we
night
go.
for several Cincinnati men.
They scattered like cockroaches.
Police say 3 men, 20-year-old Gabriel Rainier, 19-year-old Justin Link, and 20-year-old Christopher Collins were under the influence when they broke into Castle and Key Distillery, stealing a bottle of bourbon, and things escalated from there. Police say the boozy burglars damaged a distillery delivery truck, then tried to get away on a Castle and Key golf cart, damaging the ignition in the process,
The golf cart that was stolen.
leading police on a chase throughout the property's rough terrain. Police caught Rainier first. Rainier told police they'd been partying in Anderson County before deciding to drive to the distillery.
It was just a spontaneous idea between the both of us.
After nearly 2 hours, officers tracked down Collins and Link, who were hiding in nearby bushes. A 4th man missed the whole ordeal, passed out drunk in the car. A 5th individual, seen on security cameras, got away.
Versailles police tell us they returned here to the distillery the next day and searched the area. Thanks to a GoPro left behind by the bumbling burglars, police have now identified a 5th suspect and have a treasure trove of evidence in the case.
Great job, guys.
Wow.
That is insane.
So it's hilarious that
Oh
the
my
4th guy
goodness.
was still passed out in the back seat and had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And then the 5th guy
Did
got
he get
away.
charged though?
He's an accomplice.
Yeah, he would have
Oh.
been.
He's
was
also
on, He was
underage.
on site.
At the
and
very
underage
least,
and hammered.
trespassing, right?
Dude.
But the fact that they decided to record it all on a GoPro and then lost the GoPro on site and the police found it, so now they have digital evidence of everything they did wrong.
the video was literally that lady picking the GoPro up out of the ground
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
and then continuing her news story.
Look, they
That's
deserve to be
hilarious.
punished, have them do some
Yeah.
community service,
Yeah.
but that shit's pretty funny.
It is
Castle
pretty
and Key
funny.
Gate.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
insane. Wow. All right. Well, let's
Okay,
tie it off.
all
Hope
Yeah.
they hope they got the 7-year weeded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
bottle of bourbon, that's all you
One
got.
bottle.
They stole 1 bottle of bourbon, so that's it. We're gonna tie it off for this episode here. So, Rob, where can they find you at?
Find me everywhere. Final Third Cigar.
Cocky Wolverine.
Scotty D Smokes.
You can find me at both the visual Spencer Lee's. Don't forget to follow the Final Third podcast.
Find me Moto Photo Will on Instagram.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.